performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Packers star running back Josh Jacobs released from jail today after his arrest on several domestic violence charges. No charges have been filed at this time, but the Brown County District Attorney's Office in Wisconsin says the investigation remains open and ongoing. Jacobs, through his attorneys, has denied the allegations. Patriots coach Mike Vrabel addressed reporters for the first time since missing day 3 of the NFL draft due to what he called a personal and private matter. He said the process of balancing family and football has been good. He then pivoted to football-related matters. To that end, there are 2 main priorities for New England for 2026, believes our Harry Douglas.
Went out and got offensive guard Elijah Vera-Tucker. They drafted Caleb LaMove from Utah with their first-round draft pick. They're trying to beef up that offensive line. Now, secondly, I would say getting off to a fast start. They played the Seahawks, they played the Steelers, they played the Jaguars, and then they played the Buffalo Bills within their first 4 games. Those are 4 teams that made the playoffs a season ago.
Our Harry Douglas. The Canadiens will seek to tie the NHL's Eastern Conference Final up at 2 games apiece when they host the Hurricanes in Game 4 tonight.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming up Thursday, Dan Orlovsky said the Tampa Bay Bucks are a contender in the NFC. I'll tell you if I agree. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
That's right!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
And Mr. Toby Tom Play. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Great to be back. And oh, by the way, it's a hump day.
It's hump day.
Hump day for y'all.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Monday for me.
Hump day.
Of a 3-day work week.
It's hump day.
How you like them apples?
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Good to be back.
Hump day.
SEC spring meetings going down.
It's hump day.
Kiffin taking shots from everybody.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
What else is new?
Hump day.
Chris Stanfield.
It's hump day.
In studio.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Cooper Moore.
Hump day.
In studio.
It's hump day.
Gavin Guidry.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
In studio.
Hump day.
Derek Curiel.
It's hump day.
In studio.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Oh, courtesy of the G team.
Hump day.
Jeff Duncan's writing a book.
It's hump day.
He'll be here later, too.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
All right, we got a lot to do. Let's get cranked up here on a busy day. Had a great time in Arizona, but great to be back here. So let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
SEC spring meetings going down out in Florida, and as is customary, all the football coaches get their turn at the podium and they take questions, and it's sort of a precursor, I suppose, to SEC Media Days, which will happen in July. One of the themes of Lane Kiffin's media availability was it's interesting because you and I'm assuming you listening, watching this show, care about LSU. Now I know a lot of y'all are Ole Miss fans. You found this show back in December, January, and you've stayed. I'm glad you're here, so thank you for being here. But primarily, listening, watching, you love LSU. So the conversations that we are having now, 6 months after Lane Kiffin was hired, are no longer about how he left Ole Miss, why he left Ole Miss, why he picked LSU over Florida, any of that stuff. But for the rest of the conference's assembled media who hasn't spoken to Lane Kiffin since then, these are the things they care about. Like, you and I are talking about, is it Devin Harper or Bo Bordelon at left guard? Which receivers are going to emerge? What about Dylan Jones, the great spring? Can he translate that into the fall? Like, nobody in Columbia, South Carolina today even knows who Dylan Jones is. Doesn't matter. You understand my point? So every bit of assembled media that's going to ask Kiffin questions, ask from a different perspective and point of view. And a lot of it really kind of became accusatory and put Lane Kiffin on the defensive. I'll get to that, but let me start with what I think is more newsworthy to this audience, and it's two things primarily. It's Ed Orgeron and Sam Leavitt. This is the first comments that Lane Kiffin made since they formally hired Ed Orgeron. This is what Kiffin said.
It's a unique situation because having known him from before and working with him, and then he was already living there. And so it's something we had talked about a little bit throughout it, and it just seemed like the perfect time to bring him back. And, we talked for a number of days about it and to figure out exactly what it was. And I feel awesome about it because, I feel the comfort of having him on the staff. 17 years ago, we were here as the Tennessee coach, and, knowing that when he's on your staff, certain things are taken care of. He's not in that same role he used to be, but to bring him back to LSU and, with the expanded number of people to recruit that can go on the road, that's a tremendous value anywhere, let alone in the state of Louisiana. So I'm excited about it.
Okay, where he ended that bite is probably the most significant, acknowledging, hey, look, the expanded recruiting roles, remember, it used to be only the 10 full-time on-field staffers could recruit off campus. That has been expanded to 16 now. So you bring in Ed Orgeron and you say, go get him, baby. So Ed Orgeron, who during his time as LSU's head coach did two really significant things in recruiting the state. This is going back a little bit, but I'll try to make this succinct. When Frank Wilson, who was on Les Miles' staff, left to become the head coach at UTSA, you always have to have a New Orleans presence on staff. You have to have someone with New Orleans connectivity. So Les hired Jabbar Jalouk, who was a New Orleans area high school coach before moving into college. After 1 year, Jabbar was fired. That did not sit well with a lot of the New Orleans area coaches, and there was a little bit of a grudge there. Ed hired Mickey Joseph, New Orleans area legend, and did a lot of work to mend those fences, and I think that was very significant for recruiting New Orleans. That's one. Two, the college coaches in state, when LSU would have their prospect camps, Ed invited all of the coaches from every college in the state to come coach and be counselors at the LSU prospect camp. That's significant because not every kid that comes to that camp is going to get an LSU offer. But maybe that kid's good enough to play at Tech or ULM or ULL or Tulane or McNeese or Northwestern State or Southern or Grambling or Nichols. I'm not trying to leave anybody out. I think I got them all. But anyway, the point is, that was very good relationally. And when you think about this era, you have players sometimes that will start at those schools and will end up transferring to LSU. Mekhi Garner, the late Kyron Lacey, were guys that started at Louisiana colleges and then transferred to LSU. So those relationships are very valuable, especially with a new staff. So yes, I think the recruiting piece of that with Ed Orgeron is very significant, as Kiffin said. He also said he's in a different role, meaning on the field, right, than what he was whenever he was coaching with Kiffin at Tennessee or at Southern Cal. I do think, though, and we talked about this when Ed was hired, I think the long-term value of this hire may exceed what it is today. Because, remember, Lane Kiffin is from the Nick Saban tree in a respect. And one of the things Nick did very well at the end of his career was sort of hoard assistants as analysts. Remember, when Lane Kiffin went sort of rogue before the national championship game and took the FAU job, and Nick was like, just go. Remember who called plays in the championship? Well, it was Steve Sarkisian, who was on staff as an analyst. Yes, that's Steve Sarkisian, who's now the head coach at Texas, who was just hanging out as an analyst on Alabama staff. Well, in this situation, what if in a year, 2 years, whatever, you're looking for a new defensive line coach? Well, you got Ed Orgeron already on staff. Boom, plug and play, easy. So for those, in that respect, it makes a lot of sense. Lane also acknowledged, we've talked about this for a while. My only question really is the timing. Lane said it was the right time. I don't know why it wouldn't have made sense before spring, so he could have helped you coach during spring, but nonetheless, this is the time that they pushed it through. I know everyone's made a big deal of the $100,000. My understanding is the $100K is what LSU is going to pay out of its athletic department budget. But like with a lot of salaries, sometimes coaches are supplemented from like TAF or one of those types of organizations or the collective or something along those lines. So Ed's salary that he's going to make from LSU's athletic budget is $100K. My understanding is he's going to make more than $100,000. He's not coming here for $100,000. He's going to make more than $100,000. But it makes sense in a lot of ways. That was one. Two was when Lane was asked about Sam Leavitt. Now, this is a very quick interaction, but I think it does sort of speak volumes as far as the progress that Leavitt's made.
Where's Sam in his recovery?
Yeah, he's doing really well. I think he ran 21 the other day. So he's progressing really well.
21, meaning 21 miles an hour on the GPS that all the guys wear. That's fantastic. Remember, we're talking about a Lisfranc injury. That's your foot. And Sam Leavitt, we saw at spring, after he had the pins removed, just wearing sneakers and a helmet out at practice, not doing anything. And now you fast forward a month, and he's running 21 miles an hour. That certainly speaks to sign of great progress in recovery. I've said it. Whether you agree or disagree is fine. We'll all, make our opinions known before the season starts. I think whatever LSU is going to be, whatever the ceiling is, it has to involve Sam Leavitt playing at his absolute max like he did a couple of years ago at Arizona State. If Leavitt is injured, limited, not there, and you have to rely on Longstreet or Clark, then I think it's going to be a very disappointing season for LSU. So you need Sam Leavitt to be healthy. Everything that they've said has been accurate as far as timeline. They knew he was going to miss a lot of spring, but they expect him to be ready for fall camp. And Kiffin's saying here that Leavitt's going to go through the full offseason program, the official offseason program, which begins but the middle of June. They haven't announced the date yet, but middle of June typically is when that official offseason program begins. And it sure sounds like Sam Leavitt is going to be good to go, which is awesome news for LSU. So there was a lot of other stuff mixed in here from Lane Kiffin's availability, some sort of attempts at gotcha moments. And we'll get to all that here as the show persists. But I wanted to start with those two newsworthy items from Lane Kiffin's media availability. Show Up in Every Day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, official beer of AFR and the official beer of your Fighting Tigers of LSU and the official beer of the New Orleans Saints. So whether you're watching the black and gold, the purple and gold, or just enjoying a beautiful Louisiana summer day, make sure you drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, our great friends at Mockler Beverage. Man, supporters of our communities in Louisiana for parts of 4 decades. Awesome people, of course, recently took over Southwest Bev in Southwest Louisiana and the Lake Charles area. Great supporters of McNeese. We'll be doing AFR next Thursday in Lake Charles at Walk-Ons in conjunction with our friends at Mockler down in Southwest Louisiana. So can't wait to get there. We always appreciate them. We encourage you to drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light. Okay, it's after further review. Let me knock out a quick break. Come back. As I mentioned, had a chance earlier today, to visit with Chris Stanfield and Cooper Moore together, and then Gavin Guidry and Derek Curiel together. We're going to play those two interviews for you here throughout the show. When we come back, you'll hear my conversation with Chris Stanfield, Cooper Moore, where both talk about some injury situations from this year, more detailed the injury that cost him the remainder of his season. And then later, about 1 hour from right now, you'll hear our conversation with Gavin Guidry and Derek Curiel, both of whom obviously have decisions to make about their futures, all courtesy of our friends at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. We appreciate the G team for making it happen with those guys coming in studio. So you'll hear from Chris Stanfield and Cooper Moore when we come back on AFR.
AFR.
Love telling you about Glow Resources, GLO, glowresources.com, glowresources.com, glowresources.com. It does not matter where you live, where you work, where you do business. If you need to hire, you need Glow Resources, because Glow Resources will help you find permanent solutions to get the job done the most efficient and effective that you could possibly imagine. Check them out online at glowresources.com, GLO, glowresources.com. Remember, at Glow Resources, they have a 96% success rate, meaning they find an employee for your business. 96% of the time, it works. In those very rare instances where it doesn't, they will give you a prorated refund or find a replacement employee at no cost to you. It's Glow Resources. You have nothing to lose and efficiency to gain. So check them out online. Begin that process today at GLO, glowresources.com. glowresources.com, complete employer solutions.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer, we know you deserve value when you purchase equipment. Right now, take advantage of the powerful 3025E tractor for just $297 a month. with 0% financing for 72 months. Tractor packages with a trailer also available. Whether you're tackling land, property, or projects, get your job done. Don't wait. This offer ends June 30th, 2026. Some restrictions apply. Visit sunequip.com or stop by a Sunshine location today.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Very pleased to be joined by a couple of Tigers, members of the G team, Chris Stanfield, Cooper Moore, joining us in studio on behalf of Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Gents, what's going on?
Nothing much.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Thank you for having us.
It's our pleasure. A little different week, regional week, and the Tigers aren't participating, man. Chris, you were on the team last year. You go all the way, and then obviously not participating this season. Man, give me a thought just on the oddity of this, how this feels right now.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. You know, you come to LSU to play in the postseason. We know the history, the pedigree, and, you know, I have no doubt, as coaches have been saying, that they'll be back on top. You know, this year was tough for many different reasons for different guys, but, you know, it's a part of life, and I feel like everyone's kind of grown through it, and will be better in the future.
How do you feel physically right now? Because, dude, you got beat up this year.
Yeah, I'm definitely, the last week's been good to kind of get back under my feet under me, but it's still kind of battling all of that.
The second game of the season hurt your hand, right? Did that linger throughout the year?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I broke my hand.
I think we kind of noticed that, right? I mean, that when it was a few weeks out, was there a point where you felt normal again during the year?
I'd probably say around like Texas A&M series, I was starting to feel a little better, like with the hand.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And it's interesting because, you know, Cooper, we got you in here, and man, you got a clipped wing over here, your arm in a sling. This is kind of symbolic of what a lot of the struggles were. Let me just ask, how are you feeling? We saw that you posted the photo surgery.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling right now in recovery?
I feel great. I really thought it was going to be a lot more painful and a lot more recovery process, but pain's been very minimal, and I can move it around and stuff, so we're headed on the right track.
It was Oklahoma. It was the second SEC week, and you had lifted from the start. We didn't see you again the rest of the year. So what happened?
Yeah, kind of just a freak deal. I was in the weight room after my third start, and I got hit right in between my elbow and forearm, and it kind of was a bone bruise, and it felt fine when I would throw, and then after every start, it just kind of lingered, and the recovery time to get back to 100% just wasn't the same, and I knew something was going on, but I wasn't going to miss a start. I was going to give as much as I could, and it turns out it was an elbow fracture in my olecranon, which is right in my elbow, and they said it could have been up there, excuse me, they said it could have been there for up to 2 to 3 years, so I could have been pitching through it for a long time, and if that's the case, I'm really excited to get back.
Yeah. Wait, so you had hit in the weight room?
Yeah.
Somebody threw a dumbbell at you? What do you mean you got hit in the weight room?
I was doing landmine split jerk, which is like an overhead press.
Yeah.
It was for speed. I had just thrown a bullpen, and the other guys had already been in there working out and sweating all over everything, and the bar was pretty slick, and I didn't think anything to grab chalk. So I went, first rip, it flew out of my hand. Right arm, I went like this, hit me right there. Yeah.
Right, next time, use your non-throwing arm, right?
I'll try.
If you throw a bar again in the air, like use the other hand, other arm.
Yeah.
But look, man, but obviously it was disappointing with the injury, but it was your first go-round coming in from Kansas. Both of you were transfers, so you have that in common. Give me a sense of what it was like playing at LSU, coming from Kansas, based on what your impressions were when you transferred and what reality was.
Yeah, I mean, it was everything I thought I was going to be. We obviously didn't have the year we wanted, but the memories and the growing and the development, everything was awesome. I mean, I got better coming here. I know Stan probably got better coming here, and that's the thing you got to take on years like this is you got to take the small wins and know that you got better.
And plan is to come back next year, right? Jay said that's the plan for you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what then for you is the off season like trying to ramp up to next year?
Yeah, I talked with Jay about it, and he said we're going to take it super, super slow, and I'm not going to throw in the fall like in the inter squads or any of that. And he said I'm not going to take a break over Christmas break. Like that's the time where I'm going to really build up, and I'm going to build up for longer this year so that out of the gates I can go up to 5 to 6 innings.
Nice. Cooper Moore, Chris Stanfield are in studio with us here on behalf of Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Members of the G team, of course, we've been great partners with Gordon for a lot of years, man. We're so grateful for everything he does. And Chris, it's actually a great synergy with you. I mean, last year, we know you won the Tony Gwynn Community Service Trophy. And it's been such a part of your time, your 2 years in Baton Rouge. I know you've talked about it a bunch, but why is that so important for you to give back the ways that you have?
Yeah, since I was young, my parents have been still giving back in me. And kind of when I was younger, I was just walking around. It was just a unique deal, and I saw just some homeless people that weren't as fortunate, and it kind of just stuck with me at a young age. And so once I got the platform to be able to give back, that's really been in my heart, and it's just special, to make people's day and make their lives better, honestly.
Yeah, I've seen you out at, my son plays Miracle League, and you've volunteered a lot of your time out there and other initiatives around town. Is it something that when you leave, because obviously you're a senior, you're going on to the next phase in professional ball. Do you think Baton Rouge, you'll continue to have a presence here and give back in Baton Rouge?
No doubt. LSU's family, and Baton Rouge will be my second home. I
mean, obviously from Florida, we know you started your career at Auburn, decided to put on the right Tiger colors and come wear the purple and gold. Are you going to pull for Auburn in the postseason this year?
Of course. No hard feelings, but yeah.
What is so from now, obviously the draft is in July. So here we are at the end of May. So what about 6 weeks or so to the draft? What's next for you between now and the draft?
So I'm going to go to the draft league up in the Northeast region. I'm playing for the Williamsport Crosscutters in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. So that'll be awesome. Just, an opportunity to go out there for a month and showcase my skill set.
Do you think – so that's really interesting because you mentioned, like, being injured, the broken hand. And then because you had the broken hand. What else did you have? There was something.
I pulled my hamstring.
Yeah,
at
hamstring.
Mississippi State.
Dude, I mean, you were like held together with bubble gum and duct tape this year. Like, God bless, when out there trying to make it happen, which is awesome that you're out there making it happen. But so do you feel like this is a real opportunity for you being healthy to go play games for scouts? Okay, this is what it looks like when I'm healthy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So are you going to play it like? Do y'all play at the Little League field in Williamsport?
Nah,
It'd be pretty easy to homer though, right? Yeah, like 2:30 down the line.
Man,
that'd be sick.
Cooper's like, I'll pick up a bat again. I'll start swinging the bat again if that's what we get to. So, like, your decision to come back this year for your senior year is interesting because I think when you left Auburn and came, did you think you would be here 2 years, or were you thinking you'd be going pro after one?
Yeah, I thought it would just be 1 year, but it was a really unique deal. And after last year, I really thought I had a great year, and we won it all. So, but it's all about timing, and I'm thankful. I came back. I ended up graduating, so that was a huge milestone that I could complete. Thank you. Yeah. And I believe like with this opportunity going forward, it'll all work out in time. I grew a lot this year, and that was really important. So I'm thankful for it.
This is maybe for both of you, both as veteran guys now. Like the world is college baseball has changed so much because in a different era, Chris, a guy like you the season you just talked about, like you don't come back, but because of things like Gordon and maybe NIL reps or whatever, like there are opportunities for guys where maybe you got to make a little bit of a decision, like to maybe continue a career. Because you obviously are both in college during this transformative period. Like, do you think about that? Like about how different decisions are? Cooper, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. I kind of had to make a decision last year because I was a draft-eligible sophomore and was getting a lot of looks in the draft. And when Jay called, I really was like, I kind of want to be in college another year. And it turned out I've been blessed financially, and it's been awesome.
So, and it's really interesting because if you thought you might go as a draft-eligible sophomore, you certainly thought after a year in Baton Rouge you'd be gone, and now you're coming back for a fourth year. So you're kind of in the same situation that Chris was a year ago. Have y'all talked about that?
A little, yes, sir.
Yeah, a little bit. So we play the game a lot, so we talk a
lot. So what do you think are the reasons, like as you look ahead to next year, are the reasons that you're really motivated to come back?
Oh man, just the chemistry on the team, like the chemistry that was built this year was awesome. Like I love everyone on the team. Like, they're my brothers now. And I think just another year in Baton Rouge to develop under coaches like Yeski and Jay is exactly what I need. And I'm ready to get back out there and be 100%.
Who are some of the guys, the young guys, maybe we didn't see a ton this year, like at mound time, that you got to see in inter squads and bullpens that you're like, oh, man, like he's going to be really good? Who names we need to know?
We got some guys. I mean, Marcos Paz, obviously, he pitched quite a bit this year, but he's got monster stuff. Reagan Rickens got amazing fastball command for a freshman. Like, it's really impressive to see that kid throw the ball where he wants.
What about in the outfield? We got to see William Patrick at the end of the year. Who else? Because it's probably going to be a little bit of a makeover in that outfield this year.
Yeah, I think definitely William. Mason, he plays some out there. And, I mean, we saw him all year. He was great, and he's only going to get better. And, it'll be interesting to see like how the team forms though, and guys like Omar Cade, I know they'll lead the offense and do their thing, and it'll be fun to watch. I know there'll be no doubt that they're gonna have a great offensive and team overall next year.
Turns out
definitely offense.
Yeah. Turns out there's usually some pretty good baseball players at LSU. It kind of works out that way. All right, y'all got a Jay Johnson story before we go? I mean, give me something that you can give me.
Okay, yeah. So Tennessee this year, I don't know if y'all remember, he got thrown out.
I do remember that.
We needed that energy for sure.
That was Easter, yeah, man.
And I remember he was like, I don't know where they put him, but he was like, we're gonna have to pay some damages for that back room when he like ran out, and it was so lit. Like we ended up winning that game, and that was a great moment.
So good, man. You got anything that stands out from your first year of Baton Rouge?
Not really a story, but every time I would see him when I was hurt in the dugout or just walking around the clubhouse, he'd always be like, we're going to be back on top. We're going to be back on top. So,
yeah.
And I got a full confidence in him as a coach. So
I don't think there's any doubt, man. Like, nobody,
He works so hard. Like, he's always at the field.
He's maniacal.
Yeah,
I'd say, like, I've been here, I've covered this program a long time, and he's the closest thing to early Nick Saban as I've seen here. It's the way he works is incredible.
Yeah.
Guys, you've obviously been great partners with Gordon as well. What's it meant to be able to partner with Gordon McKernan?
It's meant the world. When I first came here, I didn't really know about Gordon, and then, you drive around and you see his billboards everywhere, and it's been really a great pleasure to meet him this year and, talk to him about Miracle League, talk to him about his visions and, his businesses, and he's an amazing guy, so I'm very thankful for him.
It's one of the things to talk about, we'll promote Gordon's laptop giveaway during graduation, the bicycle giveaway during Christmas, but there's so many different ways that Gordon gives back with all the philanthropy. The G team's part of it. You mentioned my son plays Miracle League, and there's a Gordon logo out on the outfield fence. It's just everywhere you go in town. He loves to give back. I'm sure you probably noticed that.
I got a story about that. I was driving back from Oklahoma this past week, and it felt like I wasn't even in Louisiana yet, and I just saw Gordon signs everywhere. every 20 miles. I swear there was one.
He is omnipresent. I'll tell you that much, man. And Gordon's been a great partner of ours. Of course, as we always say, if you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon, get it done. You can always go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. Cooper Moore and Chris Stanfield, gents, it's a pleasure. Congrats on the season, and best of luck with what's ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That was our conversation with Cooper Moore and Chris Stanfield. Also got to sit down with Gavin Guidry and Derek Curiel. That's coming up in about 45 minutes. We're brought to you by Parish Construction and Roofing. Hey, great news today. If you missed it, literal news. Governor Jeff Landry signed a bill today that expands the grant dollars for the fortified roofing program. We've told you about fortified roofing for a while now, and at Parish Construction and Roofing, we're actually the very first certified Louisiana-based fortified roofing company. So we're very pleased to have done more than 50 fortified roofs in our state, and hopefully 50,000 more as this expands. If you're in an area, certainly it's in the path of hurricanes and storms, a fortified roof can be incredibly valuable. It can help lower your insurance premiums, and our crews are experts at installing fortified roofs. Learn more about the $10,000 grants that you can put toward a fortified roof. It's a lottery system from the state. The lottery, to enter in the lottery begins next week on June the 1st. That window to apply will be open June 1st through June 5th. And again, we would love it if, when you go to apply and you get to choose your roofing company, you would choose Parish Construction and Roofing. Or look, if you'd like to learn more about fortified roofs, just go to our website. Go to parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. If you scroll down the homepage, you'll see the fortified roofing link right there. You can learn all you want about a fortified roof. Tons of rain, got roof issues. Let us help you out. Parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Do business with someone you know. Parish Construction and Roofing. All right, it's after further review. Thanks for hanging out. We'll go around the SEC when we come back. By the way, part of the SEC spring meetings is that the league has announced further TV windows for the early part of the football season. So we now know kickoff times and networks for the first 3 LSU football games this season. We'll get to that and some other notables as we continue. Stay with us here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Rain, go away. I'm ready to have a pool day. Well, whenever the rain subsides and it's time to get out there and enjoy the pool weather, make sure Duplessis Pools is who you use to build that beautiful custom pool, making your backyard into an outdoor oasis. It's DuplessisPools.com, DuplessisPools.com, DuplessisPools.com. That's the website. Look, there are so many pool companies, and you hear them, you see them all over the place. Duplessis, their validation comes from a lot of different ways. Of course, you could ask anyone who's worked with Derek and the Duplessis team. You can go see pictures of their beautiful work at their Instagram or at their website. But really the differentiator is they built a pool that lasts. They offer a 10-year workmanship warranty when the industry standard is 1 year. It's DuplessisPools.com. Begin that process today to your own outdoor oasis. DuplessisPools.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Raising Cane's Texas Toast is a thick slice of bread, garlic butter spread, grilled to golden perfection, and made to order just for you. Because when you make it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
The experts at Hood Dental Care want you smiling bigger and healthier than ever. New patients can get a healthy gums cleaning for just $89, plus a free exam and full mouth x-rays. A $376 value. With over 3,000 five-star Google reviews, 5 local locations, and easy online scheduling with same-day care. Hood Dental makes it simple to get started. And we always have other great giveaways for new patients. Check out hooddentalcare.com and schedule your appointment today.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
All right, glad you're rolling along with us here. Hump Day edition of AFR. Presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I was having lunch today with a buddy who said, you take peptides? I was like, yeah, I do. I get them from Goodwood. BPC 157, NAD+, Sermorelin. It's a growth hormone peptide I take at night before I go to bed. It helps encourage your body's natural production of growth hormone when you sleep. Yeah, it's amazing. Feel great. Goodwood can help you do it. Yeah, like I say all the time, the name, the logo, I get it. It's funny. People laugh. It's meant to be attention-getting, and it's succeeded. But don't get caught up with that. Yes, they do ED treatments. They do so much more. Hormone replacement therapy, peptide therapy. You want to look and feel your best. They can help you. Lowest prices, never any contracts. Yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. So part of the spring meetings there in Florida, the league has announced kickoff times and networks for the first 3 weeks of football play. So we already knew that LSU and Clemson was going to be a primetime kickoff, 6:30 ABC in Tiger Stadium. Game day is going to be there, all that. We also knew week 3, September the 19th, when LSU goes to Ole Miss, that's also going to be 6:30 Central on ABC, and College Game Day will likely be there as well. Reese Davis was a guest on Off the Bench with Hester a couple of weeks ago, and obviously it was non-committal, but it would stand to reason that's very likely going to happen. So the other one we now know is week 2, LSU at home against Louisiana Tech is also going to be a night game. That's going to be a 6:30 kick, but it's going to be on SEC Network Plus. So LSU Louisiana Tech is going to be a stream-only game with the Tigers and the Bulldogs, with Tech coming back this year. So Coach Sonny Cumbie bringing his team back. We actually had Coach Cumbie on the show, I don't know, about a month ago or so, talked about that, and the opportunity to play in Tiger Stadium and his relationship with a lot of the coaches, Blake Baker notably. So it'll be a really good opportunity for another Louisiana school to come to Tiger Stadium. They'll get a payday. I mean, if we talk about it often, if you're if you're going to play those games, better to play the in-state schools, keep the money in-state. So it's a really good opportunity for Tech there. But week 2, again, it'll be a night kickoff in Tiger Stadium, but but it will be stream only. So when you look at the LSU schedule, we kind of start to think about, all right, what games might be day games? That's kind of what we always try to look and sort of project, right? What might end up being a day game? Well, that conversation has changed dramatically since you no longer have the CBS 2:30 window. Because remember, CBS used to get first choice. And so if you were the premier game and CBS wanted you at 2:30, well, you're playing at 2:30. With ESPN having all of the SEC contracts now, you don't have to play a 2:30 kick. If they want you in primetime, they'll put you in primetime on ABC, ESPN, SEC Network, whatever it may be. So you start to look ahead. You got A&M the week after Ole Miss. You would hope that'd be a night game in Tiger Stadium. You're at Kentucky. You're home against Mississippi State, which I can't imagine that's going to be a highly sought-after game. That could very well be like an SEC Network evening kick. You're at Auburn. Bama and Texas. We're certainly assuming those are going to be night games. Might very well be back-to-back weeks, night on ABC. And then you're at Tennessee, at Arkansas. All that to say, there's a really good chance that LSU avoids a day game at home this year. The ones that could potentially fall into that mix would be Texas A&M and Mississippi State. So we'll see if either of those ends up being a kick under the sun, or if they both end up as night game kickoffs. If they do, then likely LSU plays its entire home schedule at night, which would be awesome. But we know now definitively the first 3, Clemson, Tech, and Ole Miss, will all be night games with 6:30 kicks. All right, we'll go around the SEC here in just a quick second. Got to remind you, success, it takes a team, and not just on the field. At FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, that team is more than 20,000 strong, delivering care across Louisiana and Mississippi as one connected, mission-driven health system. As a $5 billion health system with nationally recognized quality and not 1 but 2 exceptional workplace awards from Gallup, FMOL Health has built something people trust and continues to grow to meet the needs of the communities they serve. And when LSU needed a partner to care for its student-athletes, they chose Our Lady of the Lake as their championship health partner. That tells you everything you need to know. Because it's bigger than sports. It's about having a health system that you can count on. FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, and LSU. Together, we roar. Learn more at olrmc.com/LSU. olrmc.com/LSU. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference, the Texas Longhorns.
Athletic Director Chris Del Conte is non-committal about the future series in football with Notre Dame. Quote, they're tentatively on the schedule right now. When pressed, he said, quote, they're tentatively on the schedule right now. Obviously, the high-risk, low-reward games might be a thing of the past. Texas losing to Ohio State last year, in theory, cost themselves an opportunity to college football playoff.
The Tennessee Volunteers.
Chaz Coleman absent as Tennessee football starts their summer workout program. Coleman, remember, did not finish spring practice or spring semester workouts, but dealing with some personal issues. Last month, Josh Heupel was asked about Coleman and said at the end of the day, he's dealing with some things, has worked through those things. When he's able to do that, he'll be back with us. Of course, Coleman transferred in from Penn State, was one of the high-profile edge defenders that picked the balls.
The Arkansas Razorbacks.
Tight end George Van Sant has backed off his pledge to Arkansas. He's a Portland, Oregon native. He's been committed to Arkansas since early April. He had offers also from Washington State and Oregon State. So he had Oregon as another one of his offers that he might be considering. So Arkansas now with 8 commits for 2027.
The Kentucky Wildcats.
Kentucky got a commit from a 2027 running back. He's out of Arkansas. His name is Mason Bell, 5'11", 185. Picked Kentucky over Vanderbilt and Arkansas. Ran for 1,400 yards and 27 touchdowns in high school last year. Kentucky's got 19 commits.
The Mississippi State Bulldogs.
And one baseball note, Ryan McPherson and Kevin Milewski are close to returning for the NCAA Regional. That, according to head coach Brian O'Connor. Said, I think Kevin's cleared, full go. McPherson be bigger part of the regional plans. He threw Saturday night, said they scrimmaged as well through 5 shutout innings. So looks like the Bulldogs are getting closer to health. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC. Hump Day shows are presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. You can always visit yourgoodwood.com. Remember, lowest prices, never any contracts. Yourgoodwood.com. Yourgoodwood.com is where you can learn more. All right, let me knock out a quick break. Come back. We'll wrap up hour number 1 with Taylor Calandro, a little Bourbon Dictionary. Get your booze questions in. Email us, tweet us, or text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. If you want to get your questions in for Taylor, you could do it. Let me remind you, Jeff Duncan will be here in hour 3. He's got a new book he's working on about LSU athletics. We'll talk about that with Jeff Duncan in hour 3. And in 30 minutes from right now, our conversation with Gavin Guidry and Derek Curiel, both who still have eligibility remaining with LSU, but both have a draft decision to make as well. So we'll talk about it with the guys in studio here in about 30 minutes from right now. Bourbon Dictionary next. It's AFR.
After further review.
All right. The rain has been providing a little bit of a cool-off, which I guess is welcome, but the other part of it is it rains every day, which I know a lot of people don't love. But remember, we are bumping up toward June. We are bumping up toward the summer months where we have those oppressive triple-digit heat indexes every day. Is your AC ready to withstand that brutal beating it's going to take day after day after day during the oppressive Louisiana summer? River City's 1 Hour Air can let you know. Give them a buzz, y'all. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. Call them right now. If you've heard me hammer this message into your brain every single year at this time and you still don't take advantage of it, make this the day. It's easy. It's affordable. Mention the show. They'll save you $30 off your AC tune-up. They'll make sure your AC is ready to roll for the summer months. 752-0001.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know each case and client are unique, and that no two cases are the same. But one thing remains constant, and that is our passion to help our clients. After an accident, we know your life has changed, which is why we passionately fight to make you and your family whole. Remember, whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. We're here to serve you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the new 25 Jeep Grand Cherokee with $15,000 off MSRP.
Plus the 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou vehicles.
If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Parrish, we bring the same commitment to your home that champions bring to the game.
Do business with someone you know. Parrish Construction and Roofing.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. ParrishBuilt.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinecenterla.com.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, Our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. They're the gang with the slang.
Keep it 100. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is Bourbon Dictionary with Matt Moscona and Taylor Calandro.
I don't understand.
Wrapping up hour number 1. Taylor's here. Yeah, dude.
Hey, man. What's up?
Back from Arizona, man. Was in Phoenix, Scottsdale since last Friday. Got back yesterday. I get why a lot of people go live in Scottsdale.
I used to live in Arizona.
Dude, what part of Arizona did you live in?
I lived in Prescott, which is about an hour and a half north of Phoenix, Scottsdale area. It's in the mountains. But Scottsdale is bougie.
Yeah,
old money.
I get it, dude. It's like we played TPC Scottsdale, which is where they have the waste management, for those who don't know, the stadium course, the Coliseum course, the number 16 hole. And right on the other side of the tee box, from the wall on the other side of the tee box, is the landing strip for the private airport. So it is just like PJs coming in.
Yeah.
But just to come, stay at their homes in Scottsdale, play one of the courses. It's just it's ridiculous.
Midwest old money.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Canada, people escaping cold weather to go to Arizona where it's warm and sunny and beautiful and play golf. That's what Scottsdale is. It's pretty.
Most of the people from the Northeast, they'll migrate down south of Florida, but then the people from Green Bay, Chicago, they all go to Arizona. So there's a ton of Green Bay people there, tons of Chicago people there.
I didn't find a lot of good whiskey in Arizona. What would be a good preferred drink of choice in Arizona?
Man, the Arizonans are really concerned with their health, so that's probably why there's not a lot of it out there. Yeah, people in Arizona are weird too, man. I don't know why we're talking about Arizona because you were there, but I could talk about Arizona for a while. Well, we got a bunch of new stuff. Evan Williams single barrel, the 250th commemorative bottle. It's 117.76 proof. You get it?
Say it again.
117.76 proof, 1776.
Okay.
Which generally
is Evan Williams 250 years old?
No, but the country you live in is.
No, I get that, but I'm like, why would? Okay, whatever, fine.
Dude, every brand imaginable is doing some kind of commemorative something for the 250th anniversary of the United States, which is in a month.
This one is a Evan Williams from 1783 commemorative edition. That's 90 proof. What is that? That doesn't make sense.
It's the Evan Williams single barrel. It's got 250 on the bottle. But their regular single barrel, it usually comes with a wax neck on it. That's usually 86 proof. So this is pretty substantially higher proof. Not only is it a kind of a kitschy proof for the bottle, but it's also a lot higher than they usually do for that bottle. I haven't got to try it. We also got a 100% wheat whiskey from Whistle Pig, which I've never had anything like that from them, so I'm interested in trying it. Okay. It's called Declaration, and it's also for the 250th birthday of the United States of America.
Imagine that. Flying home from Arizona yesterday, I saw a plane Southwest completely repainted. It was like to 1776, like Independence 1776, Let Freedom Ring or something like that. I'm like,
I think that's the only one too. I saw Southwest put that video out. That's pretty cool, actually.
Well, then I saw the one yesterday on the ground in Phoenix.
There's not many of them.
Let's get some questions. Email us, tweet us, or text 225-396-4400, 396-4400. Ask Taylor, what's going on with Sazerac Lasers dumping cases upon case of EH Taylor, Eagle Rare, Blanton's, Weller Special Reserve, and Weller Antique? The boom is over. Make BTAC shelvers again.
Wow, that was a lot there.
That was a lot, Craig.
Was that a declaration or was that a question?
Both.
Okay. I like those. The boom has been over for a while, but that kind of stuff is going to fly. So It depends on what your definition of boom is, but the boom has died. I mean, it's been at least a couple years. So.
But last week there was a giant dump of all of those Sazerac products. So what was that about?
It's a reflection of where the market's at. That's my best guess. I mean, I don't really get the inside baseball and that kind of stuff. It's just we take what we get, and I would imagine it has something to do with gas being $4 a gallon.
Interesting.
You know, I mean, people when people aren't buying stuff, they're gonna find a way to get rid of it somehow. So,
yeah. Hey man, I'm here for it. Finding those good bottles easier to find. All right, we got less than 60 seconds. Give me a good craft beer that's out right now.
A good craft beer. Oh man. I'm trying to think of what I talked about. I talked about something a couple of weeks ago that I really liked, and I can't remember which one. It was a Parish beer. Abita's got a couple good little drops that they just did. This isn't like anything crazy, but it's a golden ale. I mean, it's cheap little golden that I liked from them. But I've reverted back to drinking really basic beer. So
Taylor Calandro from Calandro's right down the street. They're in Government. Go see him. Pop in. Say hello. Thank you, dude.
I'll see you.
All right, man. Be well. It's After Further Review, brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Hour number 2 coming up right after SportsCenter. Stay here.
After Further Review.
We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online, southpointvw.com. You heard Taylor just mention there the gas prices. How about you drive a vehicle that is really fuel efficient? Drive a Volkswagen. I mean, there's so many reasons to put Volkswagen on your list. If you've never driven a Volkswagen, and before I started endorsing South Point, I'd never owned or considered owning a Volkswagen. And so before I started endorsing them 15 years ago, I said, I want to drive every single model that you have. So I did, fell in love with the brand. It's all I've driven since. So if it's the Atlas, the 3-row 7-seater family SUV, the Cross Sport, which is what I drive, the Tiguan, if you want a compact SUV, a midsize SUV, a sedan, they got something for everybody. Highest safety features, highest safety designation you can get. Stylish, affordable. It's South Point Volkswagen, Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer. southpointvw.com.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
As a business owner, you're always focused on how you can improve the bottom line. Well, when was the last time you shopped your insurance coverage? Insurance Network of Louisiana can help. If you're a business owner, let my friends at Insurance Network of Louisiana see if they can find you better coverage for less money. They always offer exceptional customer service and partner with only the best providers. So check them out online today at lainsurance.net.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinela.com and tell them Matt sent you.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit louisianapropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
Investing in a new roof doesn't have to be overwhelming. At Pelican Roofing, we offer 0 interest for 21 months.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Packers star running back Josh Jacobs released from jail after his arrest on several domestic violence charges. No charges have been filed at this time, but the Brown County District Attorney's Office in Wisconsin said the investigation remains open and ongoing. Jacobs, through his attorneys, has denied the allegations. Patriots coach Mike Vrabel today spoke publicly for the first time since missing day 3 of the NFL draft to attend counseling with his family, a decision he says he does not regret. Regarding his off-field matter that garnered a great deal of attention this offseason, Vrabel was asked how he was able to mitigate any distractions.
We all have to deal with things, outside of here. And my focus and obviously the excitement that I have for coaching is what is most important right now.
Patriots coach Mike Vrabel. Hurricanes up 2-1 with a chance to put a stranglehold on the NHL's Eastern Conference Final in Game 4 against the Canadiens tonight. Georgia football coach Kirby Smart hinting the SEC could leave the NCAA if an agreement can't be reached on expansion, spending in the NIL era, and beyond.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ Chris Candy coming up Thursday. Darren Orlovsky said the Tampa Bay Bucks are a contender in the NFC. I'll tell you if I agree. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's rock!
Hour 2. Off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, presented by Goodwood. Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Muso. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Coming up in about less than 15 minutes, our conversation with Gavin Guidry and Derek Curiel. If you missed it, Chris Stanfield, Cooper Moore were in studio with us earlier today. Played that interview in hour number 1, all courtesy of their partnership with the G Team and Gordon McKernan. And so we're obviously as G Team partners as well, and Gordon partners here. We're thrilled to have the guys in studio. So we talked with Chris Stanfield, Cooper Moore earlier. In about a dozen minutes, you'll hear our conversation with Gavin Guidry and Derek Curiel. Interesting tidbits there, including both that have a real decision to make coming up here in about 60 days or so. So we'll get into all that conversation here in just a smidge. Saints OTAs are beginning this week, and it'll be really exciting to see the team, not just the rookies, get on the field and run around and do football-adjacent things. I don't think we're going to see anything groundbreaking, but to start getting this new group of Saints together for this year's team, that comes with a lot of expectation and promise and hope of maybe a return to the playoffs after a 5-year hiatus, maybe winning a division, which many consider is going to be a bad division by and large. The Saints have a really good shot at maybe being a surprise team in the NFL. With that as the backdrop, Derek Carr goes on Max Crosby's podcast, which is called The Rush with Max Crosby. Those two, of course, were teammates with the Raiders. And Crosby asked Derek Carr his one big regret from his time in New Orleans. And my goodness, there are many. Maybe like the last play he played for the Saints, deciding he was going to be Superman and fly over a defender into the sideline, hurting his arm and never playing again. But no, that's not what he said, not what happened at the end of his career in New Orleans. He actually said his one regret is from the beginning of his time in New Orleans.
I wish, man, more than anything, when we first got there, I was so focused on the football that I didn't really get to the community aspect like I did with the Raiders that first 6 months. That's one thing I look back, man, I wish I did that sooner, right? We did some community things. We helped bless a lot of families and people out there, and it was beautiful. That's one of the things I was like, man, I wish I did that sooner, right? That's one thing I look back on.
Derek Carr, you might remember sort of infamously, he talked about his first meal in New Orleans was Chipotle. That was back in the spring of 2023 after he signed with the Saints. He continues to be a complicated person. At 35 years old, Derek Carr is not an old man, but he's a veteran football player who's been in the public spotlight for a long time. And it is so interesting when you see people like Derek Carr, because the thing I've said about him often, I do believe is true. I believe Derek Carr is genuinely a good man. I believe that. I believe he is a good man, husband, father, Christian, all those things. I believe those things about Derek Carr. He's innately good and he wants to do right by others. I believe all that is true. I also believe Derek Carr so desperately wants and needs to be liked and needs approval. And in spite of the fact, and he struggles to get there, certainly with a lot of Saints fans and others, in spite of himself, really. Derek Carr, you talked about focusing on the football. When he got to New Orleans in that first season with the Saints, he started all 17 games, and he threw for 3,800 yards. But a lot of that was stat compiling late in a failed 9-8 season. That's when we termed him then the Emperor of Empty Yards. You might recall. Do you still have that? Oh, Paul, put the camera on yourself. There we go. The Emperor of Empty Yards. Oh, man. How did that throwback feel, huh? Was that just like an organic reaction?
It was. I heard Emperor of Empty Yards, and I'm like, where's my King's trumpets?
On your feet!
Yep.
On your feet, Musso! Stand up for the Emperor of Empty Yards! Poor guy.
So good.
I don't miss him at all. I mean, think about it. Like, that's how we had to entertain ourselves for those 2 years, was like playing that drop because this team was largely and wholly irrelevant. Now we can actually talk about reasons to be optimistic about Tyler Shuck and the direction. Maybe the honest juxtaposition is just looking at the way those two have ingratiated themselves when they got to the city and the state and the region. So, look, I don't want it to be about Derek Carr. I hope it's never about Derek Carr again, and he will be a failed footnote in a Saints history that has many, many failures throughout it, with the one sterling shining era of Drew Brees and Sean Payton outside of really a history of incompetence. But hopefully we're moving into a new era that does give people hope that the organization can continue to grow and develop and build. And I think looking at the way that Tyler Shuck sort of embraced the city right away, moved into New Orleans, you'd see him at restaurants, even doing podcasts and stuff like that, talking about the culture, riding on Mardi Gras floats and everything. Say it all the time, man. Louisiana, New Orleans, the whole state, it is truly a unique place culturally. And it's one of those places where if you accept us and our idiosyncrasies, we'll give you the biggest bear hug back ever. It's something Derek Carr never really understood, something that Tyler Shuck clearly has understood from the beginning, which is why their popularity is dramatically different now. You still have to go win, and that's something Derek Carr didn't do at a high level, something we hope Tyler Shuck can. And that'll start as the Saints are hitting the practice field for OTAs here this week. But it's after further review. We are brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com. You know, the summer is a time where a lot of people decide, especially because, man, the weather's nice, you go on vacations. Maybe this is when you're going to pop the question. Gents, if you're thinking of popping the question, remember, go to Lee Michaels. They've done this for 4 decades. Help Louisianians get engaged. Beautiful, natural mined diamonds. Scott goes to India every year on diamond buying trips to buy from the finest diamond mines in the world. Every single diamond, before it goes in the case, is hand inspected by a family member. You will never see a man-made or lab diamond. And they say, oh, well, look at the size you're getting. Well, yeah, okay, it's bigger, but what are you buying? A science experiment? This is a reflection, a symbol of your love, dedication, devotion that you hope you pass through your family forever and ever and ever and ever in generations. So do it right. Trust Lee Michaels, lmfj.com, lmfj.com. For Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Thrill her with a gift in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. One other quick Saints note here, and we are going to break and get to our conversation with Derek Curiel and Gavin Guidry. The Saints have added a free agent linebacker. Saints have signed, Nick Underhill reported this, the Saints have signed former Jets linebacker Jackson Sermon. He's the son of Saints linebackers coach Peter Sermon. So has 1 tackle. He's played 1 appearance with the Jets a season ago. So he'll be a depth piece, 6'2", 240, played at Cal in college in 22 and 23, and his dad was the DC and the inside linebackers coach there as well. Now father-son reunite in New Orleans. So he was a UDFA in 2024. Now they've reunited. So Saints add Jackson Sermon as a little depth piece linebacker as Saints begin their OTA work this week. All right, it's after further review. Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Let me knock out a quick break. When we come back, our conversation with Gavin Guidry and Derek Curiel in studio, courtesy of Gordon McKernan and the G Team. Stick around.
AFR.
Speaking of which, get Gordon and get it done. You know, we always talk about how Gordon gives back to the communities, and it's something I really want to stress. Look, we've got Gavin Guidry and Derek Curiel in studio next on behalf of Gordon and the G Team. But something else that Gordon, the initiative they're announcing today, is they're giving away 10 $250 gift cards for gas cards. 10 $250 gas cards. Listen, gas prices are going up. You need a little help there, a little relief. You can go to the website and apply. Go to getgordon.com, 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 or any of the socials at getgordon to find out details of how you can apply and enter to win one of those 10 $250 gas cards, courtesy of Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Just so many ways that Gordon gives back to the communities that he serves through the G Team, through the Gordon Gives initiatives, laptop giveaways, bicycle giveaways, now gas card giveaways. Just the best. GetGordon.com, GetGordon.com. You know what to do. Get Gordon and get it done.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Every ounce of Raising Cane's lemonade has been hand-squeezed that day from fresh lemons before being served over our signature crushed ice. Because when you make it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
Everyone is talking about gas prices. What about your car insurance? Insurance Network of Louisiana. I've been telling you about them for years. Was chatting with Adam and Jay over at Insurance Network of Louisiana last week. And, man, they are crushing it right now for folks who are shopping for new auto coverage. A couple of things. Last week at a client, they saved $2,900 annually. They had a high auto rate with State Farm. They smashed it with Geico. Another one, they saved nearly $1,500 with Progressive, moving from Allstate to Progressive. So you're getting high-rated carriers, great coverage, and saving a lot of money. Man, if you've not shopped recently for auto insurance coverage, let Insurance Network of Louisiana do the work for you. By the way, it's literally free to have them shop for you. LAinsurance.net, LAinsurance.net.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
On behalf of the G Team, glad to have Gavin Guidry and Derek Curiel in studio representing Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Gents, good to have you. Thanks for being here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
Obviously, we wish this week we were talking about regionals and getting ready. You've won 2 national championships. You won it last year as a freshman. I'd imagine it's an odd feeling. What's it like this week, Gavin?
Yeah. I probably won't be watching much postseason baseball for the first time in a really, really long time. And kind of sucks to say that, but just kind of the hand we were dealt, But it is what it is. Just got to get ready for next year, the guys that are coming back, and then the guys that aren't coming back continue their career in baseball. And best of luck for everybody.
Derek, if I ask y'all, if you go back into February when the season's starting, right? Y'all are preseason number 1, number 2, whatever. And I'd said, this is how it's going to go. What would you have thought? Seeing the team that you all saw through fall and through preseason work.
Yeah, no way. I would have told you you're crazy. I thought we had the best pitching staff in the country. I faced them for 6 months in the fall, and they were legit. It was a tough at bat every single pitcher we faced. And our defense was great, and I felt like the transfers we got in, the freshmen we got in, were all very talented, and it was just crazy. I feel like this is gonna be a team that we look in 10 years we're gonna look back and be like, dang, how did they not make the postseason, or how did they not win a national championship? So that's very disappointing, obviously, but obviously LSU is the golden standard of college baseball, and us not playing this week and hearing our name called in a regional is disappointing, but LSU will be back on top for sure.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
I agree exactly what you just said. Just coming into the season, I thought I was going to win my 3rd national championship. Genuinely, I thought, and this is going to sound crazy, but I thought in my 4 years it was the most well-rounded team going into the season. And then after the first 8 games, whenever we went on that run and we were undefeated coming out of Jacksonville, we were super confident going into the games, and it was just I thought there was a chance. Hey, let's just not lose all year. Let's just win every single game for the rest of the year. Let's just do it. You know what I mean? Let's just do something that's never been done. Why not? And then I think there's a little bit of guys that haven't really played in the league that didn't exactly know how to navigate it, and I think that brought a little bit of struggles. And then I think also just baseball is such a momentum game, and it's so unforgiving, where you lose a little bit of an edge, you lose just a little bit of confidence, and you just fall off a cliff. Especially in this league, in the SEC, if you have just a little bit of doubt, it's going to get completely exposed every single time. And I think that's kind of what started to take place.
Yeah. It's interesting. I can't remember which one of you just said it, but you said you thought it was the most well-rounded team.
Yeah, and I would still say that. I'm not even joking. I would still say that.
One of the things that I said before the season, talking to a lot of scouts and different people around the game. So it kind of feels like this team may produce the most big leaguers, and so it is odd to see how it all happened.
Yeah.
The way that you said, Derek, for you, your season was interesting because obviously, I mean, we saw you. I mean, you hit over 300, and it's almost like, oh ho hum, Derek Curiel hits 300 and just makes every play in the outfield and all. Did you feel early in the year like pressure or pressing or coming off a championship, any of that sort of stuff? Like, how has your season evolved?
Yeah. I mean, this is the first time that it's ever been said, but like people don't know that. I mean, I broke my ankle in November. So I know that rumor was out there, but that was definitely true. And I kind of had 3 weeks to prepare for season, and it was my back foot. And it was kind of hard for me to load into my back leg. Obviously, I'm a leg lift guy. So for me, kind of going into the season, there's no pressure. I never put pressure on myself. Baseball's a game that I get to play, and I enjoy to play, and it's a blessing to play. So, like, people were saying that I was pressing and trying to hit home runs, and, like, that's not me. Like, I never try to hit a home run. I'm trying to hit a backside single, backside
You're really
double.
good at it, too.
I appreciate that. And that's why, I mean, I told you guys, like, we were trying. But, like, there's a lot of stuff that, I mean, everyone on our team got injured at one point, and it was just very unfortunate. And, I mean, I hurt my ankle, I think it was, like, mid-November. And
how'd you do it?
I can't say how I did it. Okay. But it was not a good reason. But that happened, and that's why the season started how it did. But I felt like I showed some toughness, being able to progress through that and not giving up. I mean, I kept trying, kept pursuing. I think Monster Mom also had a season similar, like kind of started slow. Him and I started slow, and we just kept getting better as the season went on. And I felt like I played my best baseball in Hoover because the season was on the line, and had a lot of games behind my belt.
And Milam's 3 years have been like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, don't let him get started, because once he gets started, it's going to be. But it's just a little bit like that. But
I hope professional teams realize that too.
I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be
they
fine.
realize that, because if we had a 162 game season, he would probably hit like 380.
Yeah, he and one of the really impressive things. I mean, maybe either of you could speak to this, just knowing him being his teammate. It seems like something that's very impressive is even when the bat was struggling, he was hitting sub 250, dude still made every play in the field. It never. So maybe, I mean, the mindset there, like of the guy you all know, what can you speak to as far as him in that respect?
Well, one, he's very he's a winner, and all like everything the word winner means. That's just who he is. Like he's another guy who's playing. In my 3 years here, he's always kind of played dinged up and a little bit like playing through stuff and that people don't even realize. Like obviously there's things, it's his things, but I can't really talk about it. But he's always kind of played dinged up, and you just never know because he's making every play, hitting homers, hitting home runs in big spots. Like and he doesn't make any excuses. No one's ever gonna know if he's playing through an injury, and it's never an excuse if he doesn't play well. Like he can go 0-4 with 4 strikeouts in the biggest game of the year, and he could be playing through an injury, and it would never be because of the injury ever. Like that's just who he is. So. No, I have so much respect for him, just the way that he goes about everything and the way that he competes. Like, baseball says everything.
Yeah.
And it shows.
Gavin Guidry and Derek Curiel are in studio with us on behalf of Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. By the way, they got a gas card giveaway promotion that's starting today. They're giving away 10 $250 gas cards. You can go to getgordon.com to find out info how you can register. Getgordon.com, getgordon.com, @getgordon on all the socials. Guys, this has been a little gloomy so far, this conversation. I think we also got to remember that you two are two of the greatest players that have come through this program in this or any era. You're multiple-time national champion as well. So I got to get thoughts on that as well. Like, you guys have reached the pinnacle of college baseball when you know that, like, because you saw it this year. When you win a national championship, those teams always come back. You know what I mean? Like the 10-year, the 20-year, the 25. Like, so forever, you all are part of the lore of LSU baseball. Derek, you came here from California. You're a local guy. You're from California. Let me start with you. Like, as now you look back, having won a championship, been here 2 years, we'll talk about the draft in a second, but like, when you thought about what was the magnetic thing that pulled you here, how has this lived up to what you thought as a prep player coming 2 time zones away to play college baseball in Baton Rouge.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, like I really knew nothing about LSU baseball. I just knew that I loved Coach Jay Johnson, and that's the reason I'm here. Obviously, he's a West Coast guy. He'd been recruiting me when he was at U of A, and I just loved his baseball mind. And as soon as he came here, I knew SEC was the best conference to play in. And he's a great hitters coach. He's developed great hitters like Chris Bryant, and then obviously Dylan Cruz. And right when he came to LSU, I watched him, and I watched Dylan Cruz, and I was like, I want to be that guy. Like, I want to do what that guy did. And Coach Johnson believed that I could do that, and just kind of hit the ground running from there. But like you said, I mean, I didn't know half the names that are super famous at LSU, and I mean, now it's home, and now it means something to me. And my family loves it. They're at every game besides the midweek, so they travel to every single home game. So my family, we bleed purple now, and now I know everything about LSU, and I can tell you whatever you want. But
Dude,
I'm
your
a Tiger.
dog is famous now.
He is.
Like,
Yeah.
That's how weird like the LSU baseball culture is, man. Like, your dog is famous, man. You know?
And the biggest thing I always tell people is, like, my first game here as a freshman when we were playing Purdue-Fort Wayne, like, that first game when I heard all the fans, like, that's when I knew what it meant to be a Tiger. Like, when the fans showed up and it was like 50 degrees, I was like, whoa, this is, like, I did not expect this. Like, the guys were talking to me about it all fall, but, like, I just wanted to see it to believe it, and then I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And then we got to get to the top, obviously, and it was great.
Now, you grew up in this, obviously. Yeah. After 4 years, have you thought about how you would encapsulate the 4 years?
Man, it's been a ride for sure. Just with everything last year and how everything went down last year, and then being able to come back, and obviously, even though I didn't have the year that I wanted to have for the team and like just individually, still though, like being able to come back and kind of get back out there and compete and play in front of the fans again when I didn't really know exactly what it was going to look like, and I got back to 100%, my body feeling better than ever, and I was able to go back out there and compete again and enjoy it. So that was like the coolest thing ever on opening day whenever I got to go back out there, and the fans kind of welcomed me back, and I got to just settle in and have fun and just kind of do what I miss doing. And then, I mean, the 2 championship years, like you were saying, every 10 years you're going to come back. Every 5 years you're going to come back. Like 2 years from now, I'm going to be having a reunion with the 23 team.
That's wild to think.
I'm going to be having a reunion with the 23 team. And then 2 years after that, I'm going to be having a reunion with the 25 team. And it's just to be able to do that and come back and have 2 chances to come back and see all the guys. And there's a few guys that were part of both of them. Just being able to kind of have that opportunity to come back and like still be something here and have a reason to come back and enjoy those moments, like, will always be the coolest thing ever.
You're stuck, bro. You're like, you're not getting away.
I don't have an out.
You're not getting away,
and I don't want an out. But
no doubt.
If I did,
you do have another year.
Yeah.
If you want to, because of the medical.
Yeah.
So, what are you thinking right now?
Yeah. I mean, I love it here, but just for me, like my age, I'm getting older. I think I can pitch in the big leagues. You know, that's been my dream my entire life, is to chase that dream, pitch in the big leagues. And like I'll talk with Coach Johnson, and honestly, this year was a bonus. You know what I mean? I was coming out of high school. I wanted to come here because I was draft eligible as a sophomore like him, and I wanted to be here for 2 years and get out of here and move on and chase my dreams to be in the big leagues. And then the first 2 years were kind of like up and down for me, like just not knowing exactly what we were doing as far as pitching and hitting, and so it was a little bit weird. And then after my sophomore year was the first year where we like fully committed to like, all right, we're going to do this. Like I'm putting the bat down. I'm just going to be a pitcher. And then I got hurt last year. So really this year was kind of a bonus of like, I never thought I was going to be here. The only way I was going to be here is if I got injured in my mind. And so obviously that ended up happening, and now I'm here. But I mean, it's not like, oh, what's the worst case scenario? Play baseball at LSU another year. You know what I mean? Like such a bad scenario, you know? But, yeah, I mean, we want to sign, but also I've had a lot of conversations with the coach about seeing what we can do money-wise to come back and also chase another dream of winning a 3rd national championship, because that'll put you in a completely different realm of LSU baseball players.
I'm trying to do the math in my head to think of guys that have won 3.
Yeah, we looked at it before the season.
Who is it?
And there's like 3 guys.
It would have to be someone that played on 93, 96, 97.
Yeah, I forget who it was. But
Or 96, 97, 2000.
There's like 3 guys in the history of the program.
Yeah. That would be something.
And no one's ever done it in 4 years.
Yeah, though that's true. Yeah, I mean even Skip's teams that won 5 and 10.
They never won 3 and 4.
Yeah, you had the gap between 93 and 96, and then 97 to 2000, no doubt. You got it, Derek. You have a draft decision. Well, you don't really have a draft decision to make. I know everyone. You know, when you go into the draft process, you'll talk to your agent and you'll have your decision. But if you have played your final game at LSU, and you try to sort of describe your time here, what would you say?
Everything I could ever ask for and more. But I definitely don't have all my eggs in one basket yet. I mean, there's definitely talked to Coach Johnson. I obviously want to be a Tiger forever. Like I told him, if there's a coach I could play for forever, it'd be him. So definitely sucks. I mean, I'll be the youngest guy in the draft this year, college-wise. Like I miss it by like a month or 2 or whatever it is. So it's definitely a tough decision to make, but I'm just gonna be praying about it. But like Gavin said, like coming back to LSU to compete for another national championship means the world to me. So I'm excited for whatever lies ahead, and it's all in God's hands, in my opinion. And I'm open to whatever.
Neither of you have bad options.
No.
Either you're going to go be a big leaguer, come back to LSU as a junior, and same for you, which is awesome either way. Guys, like everyone's loved watching you all play and compete for LSU, and obviously you've been part of Gordon's G team as well. Gordon's a great guy, as we got to know. I'm sure you all have as well.
Yeah.
What's the partnership with Gordon meant for you, Gavin?
Yeah, I love Gordon. He supported me a lot for the last 4 years. I came in my freshman year, and he was one of the first guys to kind of reach out and try to really build a relationship with me and support me. And he reached out before the season my freshman year. So it's kind of like before I really had to kind of put my stamp on the season. And it was really cool getting to know him then. And then throughout the 4 years, I've just gotten closer and closer. Me and his son go and play some golf sometimes, and I played pickleball with them before. They're really great people. This year they started the dinner before the year.
Yeah,
we had a big dinner with all the Gordon guys, and then him and his wife, and I think his wife's dad, so his father-in-law, and it was a great time. I hope they start running that back every year and doing that every year.
Do reunion dinners too, right?
Yeah.
You come for the reunion, you go to dinner with Gordon as
well.
Yeah,
we should do a reunion dinner.
There you go. That
would be awesome.
I'm planting seeds here for you, G.
That would be awesome.
What about for you, Derek? What's it meant to work with Gordon?
Yeah, I know Gordon's great at his job. Obviously, we all know that. But what I really liked about him when I met him, I could tell he's a family man. Him and his wife are very close. I love her as well. I love meeting her, and I love what they stand for. So being a part of the G team means a lot, and I'm just so grateful that in these last 2 years I've been able to be surrounded by such great people. So it's been great.
You guys have been awesome, man. It's been a pleasure to watch you play and to cover you and whatever is next. Continued success, and we'll be pulling for you. Thanks for the time today.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Go Tigers.
That is Gavin Guidry and Derek Curiel. We appreciate their time. Chris Stanfield and Cooper Moore were here in hour number 1. You miss any of that, you can catch AFR On Demand presented by Breck Golf. Book your tee time at golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org, or react to a lot of what those guys had to say, including an interesting admission there by Derek Curiel that he suffered a broken ankle in November. Certainly explains some of the slow start. We'll get to that as we continue. Stick around here. It's AFR.
AFR.
REV, Let's Rev. Let's Rev.com. Let's Rev.com. REV, Let's Rev.com. Hey, listen, when we talk about Rev, remember, we're talking about an awesome local company. 90 years serving our local communities. And when we're talking about Rev, we're talking about Rev Fiber. So think about what this is, okay? They lay these cables, the fiber, beneath the ground. So storm comes, you don't have to worry about tree limb falling on a power line, knocking out cable, internet, all that stuff, because it's buried under the ground. It's Rev Fiber. So you get faster internet speeds, backed by the security of an all-fiber network. It's not just your internet service provider, but also home automation, security, cable. You can do it all. It's Rev Fiber, and it's backed by local support. So check them out online for your home or your business, revfiber.com, R-E-V, revfiber.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the new 25 Jeep Grand Cherokee with $15,000 off MSRP.
Plus the 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou vehicles.
If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
Every Raising Cane's chicken finger is marinated.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
I appreciate Chris Stanfield, Cooper Moore, Gavin Guidry, and Derek Curiel for joining the show. Good conversations. A few things that certainly are notable. We talk about what went wrong for this LSU baseball season, and injuries were certainly a part of it, and got a little clarity on some of those today. Chris Stanfield acknowledged he did break his hand in the second game of the season. That shouldn't come as a great surprise to anyone. Cooper Moore stated a broken bone in his elbow. It was a weight room incident where a bar slipped and hit him on the elbow, on his throwing arm, and only after the discomfort kept growing did they get an X-ray and find out what happened there. He is expecting to be back next year. And then Derek Curiel acknowledged that he did break his ankle in November. It was something that was sort of rumored and speculated upon, and confirmed that he broke his ankle and it was his back foot, and so it was really hard for him to load. And he said people were saying that he's pressing and trying to hit homers. He said, "That's not me. I'm a guy who's going to hit singles and doubles the other way," which is true. But if you look at spray charts from early in the season, he was elevating the baseball and pulling a lot. A big part of that, I think, was clearly a result of that injury. Once he got healthier, he was back to himself. Maybe the most interesting thing Derek Curiel said there was the way he talked about being a draft-eligible sophomore. He's like, "It sucks. I missed the cutoff by like a month." Like basically saying it sucks that he's draft eligible this year. It sure sounds like a guy that very much is open to a return. Now, my belief is, like, I don't mean for this to sound cynical, and I hope it doesn't. I think this is just an honest assessment that I'm giving to you. I've covered this program for a very long time. And when guys are first-round picks, they leave. This is what happens. There are very rare exceptions of high school guys that make the decision to come to college. You're passing on 7 figures. William Schmidt did it. Cam Johnson did it. It happens. That happens. But guys who are in school who are draft eligible and are going to be first-round picks don't make the decision to return. Now, the world has changed because of NIL rev share, and that can complicate or add different considerations to those decisions. It's just going to be very hard for me to imagine if Derek Curiel's phone rings and someone wants to take him 15th overall. He's like, keep your $5 million. I'm good. I just don't. That would just be a real outlier. So, but you heard him say, man, he wants to win another national championship. He wants to win the Golden Spikes. He wants to play for Jay Johnson only. He wants to be at LSU. He's got a lot of things to consider. And I think he'll end up signing. He'll get drafted in the first round, and he'll sign because that's what you do when you're drafted in the first round and you take that money. But certainly I'm telling you, the guy was sitting 3 feet from me. And I think his that conflicting feeling in him is very genuine. And you understand that. We all understand that. We choose to live here. We love LSU, and if you went to school there or you love the program, you follow, you get it. You get why people love this place. So, no different for him, and I believe it very sincerely that he loves it here and doesn't want to leave. But sometimes the decision is sort of made for you. It feels like that's going to happen for Derek Curiel, but a decision to make nonetheless. We'll see. All right, it's after further review. We are brought to you by Evamore, EVAMOR. Evamore.com, Evamore.com. I just got back yesterday from Phoenix. Scottsdale, was out in Arizona. And before I came in today, I forgot to go to the store and buy my 64-ounce Evermore bottle. So got a canister canteen here that I'm drinking out of today. But I'll tell you one thing I'm doing tonight when I go home. Scoop up Drew. We're going to head to the grocery store, and I'm going to go pick me up some Evermore. EVAMOR, Evermore.com. I love buying the 4 packs of 64-ounce bottles. It's just the easiest thing for me to carry around a 64-ounce bottle and drink from it. Maybe you want the 32-ounce or the 20-ounce bottles. Up to you. Find it at retailers near you or buy online at Evamore.com. EVAMOR, Evamore.com, Evamore.com. Jeff Duncan's going to be here in about 30 minutes. We'll look forward to that. And LSU has seen its first baseball player to the transfer portal. You probably saw this news yesterday about Maverick Rizzi. I want to react to that in about 20 minutes after the top of the hour. There is, as the SEC spring meetings are going on, Ross Dellinger has this report about a bipartisan bill, this legislation that would reform college sports, and it would actually install a cap, an earnings cap on college athletics. And the most notable part here is that it's a bipartisan bill. And listen, I am not a political person. I don't care who you vote for, genuinely. Red, blue, RD, don't care. It's notable because there have been pieces of legislation in the past introduced that never gained any traction because neither side wanted to support the other, which, as an aside, is one of the reasons I hate politics, because you're generally not working together for progress. You're working against each other, which is annoying. Anyway, well, Maria Cantwell, who's a Democrat from Washington, and Ted Cruz, who's a Republican from Texas, they've reached an agreement to adopt what's being described a comprehensive bill that would grant the NCAA an antitrust exemption related to athlete transfers, eligibility, and the compensation cap. And that's notable. It's called the Protect College Sports Act. It would preclude the creation of a super league. It would create an agent registry limiting fees to 5%, meaning agents could only charge 5%. That has gotten out of whack because in pro sports, agent fees are capped. In college, there is no cap. Agents can charge whatever they want on fees. And I've heard of agent fees going up to 20%, which is insane. It also permits pooling media rights, and it bars coaches from leaving their team before the season ends, which good luck with that. Anyway, I don't know if this is going to happen. I don't know how realistic this is of getting passed and enforced. It feels like, and everything we've ever heard, is that if they try to cap earnings, just be prepared for immediate lawsuits, which is likely what will follow out of this, and would go up to the Supreme Court, and it would be tied up in court forever. But I do think some of the notable things, which I would hope maybe this would provoke the powers that be to enforce these things without having to go to Congress. It would establish a 5-year eligibility length for college athletes. It would prohibit professionals, even international pros, from then coming back to compete in college. And maybe most notably would be the cap. It would institute a cap on what schools could spend on college athletes. Now, good luck on that when you're talking about NIL, and I don't even know how you'd work around all of that. But the bottom line is, maybe the most important part of this is you are finally making progress, bipartisan progress, reaching across the aisle, trying to reach some type of an agreement. Because the easiest way to say this is you have the NCAA, which passes rules, schools which don't want to abide by the NCAA's rules, so they sue the NCAA. Well, what you need then is some legally or some binding piece of legislation that can supersede all of these issues. So it's not all these individual lawsuits in different states and everybody playing by a different set of rules. Whether this actually gets across the finish line, whether it's actually enforceable, whether it's constitutional, I don't know. But it is a notable piece of progress because you have at least bipartisan support for this piece of legislation. So as it moves along, I don't think there's much more to say right now because it's a long way from being codified. But as it sits right now, it's something worth mentioning. And if it progresses, as it progresses, we'll talk about it. All right, it's after further review. Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. YourGoodwood.com. YourGoodwood.com. Lowest prices, never any contracts. Make sure you check out our friends at Goodwood. ED treatments, hormone replacement therapy, peptide therapy. They do it all better than anyone. Lowest prices, great people. Check them out. YourGoodwood.com. All right, final break of hour number 2. We used to do Tigers and the Pros to wrap up the hour. Next, stay here. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by the Watermark and the Renaissance. The Watermark's downtown, the Renaissance Southtown. Watermark Baton Rouge, voted by you the best hotel in the best of Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge's premier hotel property, the picture of luxury. Hey, look, if you're planning to come in town, maybe you live out of town or you have family, friends, co-workers, colleagues that live out of town that are planning to come in for a football game this year, make sure they book their room at Watermark now. And Watermark is an awesome place to stay if you're going to some event on campus. So Watermark's downtown, corner of 3rd and Convention. And it's 5 minutes from LSU's campus, just straight down Nicholson. And then everything is walkable from there. If you want to get to all the sites, the historical landmarks in downtown Baton Rouge, casinos, restaurants, bars, and of course, Watermark Baton Rouge is not only a great place to stay, but you've also got the Gregory, the lobby bar right there in Watermark Baton Rouge. Check it out, book a room, or plan your event today at Watermark Baton Rouge.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer, we know you deserve value when you purchase equipment. Right now, take advantage of the powerful 3025E tractor for just $297 a month, with 0% financing for 72 months. Tractor packages with a trailer also available. Whether you're tackling land, property, or projects, get your job done. Don't wait. This offer ends June 30th, 2026. Some restrictions apply. Visit sunequip.com or stop by a Sunshine location today.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Wrapping up hour number 2. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Maverick Grizzlies entered the transfer portal. I want to give you some thoughts on that coming up after the top of the hour. And Jeff Duncan will be here in about 25 minutes from right now. He's got a new book he's working on about LSU athletics. Talk about that, get some Saints questions in as well. But right now, Musso has Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
Oh, we told you about it yesterday in Tigers in the Pros. The Gage Jump called up, was going to make his debut on a Tuesday night against the Mariners. Made that debut, struck first hitter out that he faced. It was J.P. Crawford on just 3 pitches, so wasted no time getting strikeout number 1. It was one of 5 Ks on the night for Jump. All in all, 5 innings, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk to go along with those 5 Ks. Did suffer the loss, but there'll be plenty more starts in his future. And again, congratulations to him on getting the call up. Didn't take a lot of time there for Gage. Dylan Cruz goes 1 for 4 on the night Tuesday for the Nationals in a winning effort. That one was a single. Dylan continues a pretty steady season since his return to Major League Baseball. Alex Bregman and the Cubbies can't buy a win, but Breggs is hitting the ball very well. 2 for 4, double. That was his 7th of the year. Came around to score as well. Average climbing up to 260 here for Bregman. I think that's 10 losses in a row for the Chicago Cubs. Aaron Nola was on the bump for the Phillies.
Yeah!
Yep. This is a really good one for Nola. It's been an up and down year. 6 innings, just 3 hits, 2 earned runs, didn't walk anybody, punched out 5. Got his 3rd win of the season as the Phillies were one-run victors over the San Diego Padres. And to the WNBA, Angel Reese and the Atlanta Dream. Say that 5 times fast. They'll be on the floor tonight up in Minnesota. Reese averaging 13 and 11 so far on the season. The Dream are 4-1. We'll give you a recap of how that goes tomorrow's show. That's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. Williamson, EYE, You want to see 2020? Easy. Call 924-2020. Book that consultation with Dr. Blake Williamson, his awesome staff. You could change your life. It's not often that you could say that and actually mean it. When you can do something, make a decision that will change your life. And I'm telling you from experience, as someone who started wearing contacts, glasses in the 6th grade, contacts in the 7th, and did the same thing that a lot of you do every day. Shove contacts in your eye, sometimes forget, you fall asleep in them, they like glue to your eye. You forget to go, or you just put off going to update your glasses prescription, so you wear glasses at night that are 10 years old. Like, I've done it all. The same thing life you live. And to have LASIK or PRK or the custom lens replacement, having that refractive surgery, to be able to just take that drawer of whatever eye care products, contact cases, contact solution, eye drops, extra pair of contact lens, and just dump it into the trash. Wake up in the morning and just see 2020. It's incredible. I'll never go back. Neither will you. Want to see 2020? Call 924-2020 for the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020 or williamsoneye.com. All right, it is after further review. We talked about that bipartisan bill. The other thing that's interesting that's getting out there right now is Kirby over at SEC spring meetings has intimated that the SEC could leave the NCAA if it's the playoff isn't expanded, they don't really get their way. He said, Kirby's quote was, "I've been a huge advocate if we can't find rules that everybody plays by, we should play our own. I'm not afraid of that. Not afraid to break away, say the conference is strong enough to go out and play." It's a lot of saber rattling, and I don't think we ever get to that point where it's just the SEC, but I do think we will ultimately see the super conference we've been talking about in spite of the bipartisan bill that's being floated, which I don't even know about the legalities of it. So we'll follow all of this as it goes. It's talking season. Hour 3 next.
AFR.
It's hump day. We at the halfway point of the week. Got an idea. Instead of going home tonight, heating up those leftovers, or even worse, spending the time to cook something, go to Supper Club. Call your significant other. Say, hey, don't cook tonight. When I get off work, meet me over at Supper Club. Grab a couple of stools at the bar, maybe a bar table. SupperClubBTR.com, SupperClubBTR.com. That's where you can go to get reservations if you want them. But remember, it's always open seating at the bar table. Maybe you pop in on a Wednesday night, and if you get lucky, maybe they have open seating. You can grab a table at Supper Club. I want to call ahead for that. Maybe you're thinking about the weekend ahead. Maybe you've got a birthday coming up, an anniversary, something you're celebrating, a graduation. You missed dinner on graduation day. Maybe you can go celebrate at Supper Club. The best dining experience of your life right there on Perkins Road near Bluebonnet. It's Supper Club. Online, SupperClubBTR.com.
Every Raising Cane's chicken finger is marinated, battered by hand, and cooked to order to perfection. We don't have heat lamps, because when you make it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinecenterla.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on it.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. National League Cy Young favorite Christopher Sanchez extended his scoreless streak to 41 2/3 innings today to set the Phillies franchise record by passing Hall of Famer Grover Cleveland Alexander. Sanchez did that by getting into the 4th inning. Philadelphia's up 2-0 on San Diego, bottom 7. Patriots coach Mike Vrabel addressed reporters for the first time since missing day 3 of the NFL draft due to what he called a personal and private matter. Said the process of balancing family and football has been good. He then pivoted to on-field matters. To that end, there are 2 main priorities for New England for the 2026 season, believes our Harry Douglas.
Went out and got offensive guard Elijah Vera Tucker. They drafted Caleb LaMove from Utah with their first-round draft pick. They're trying to beef up that offensive line. Now, secondly, I would say getting off to a fast start. They played the Seahawks, they played the Steelers, they played the Jaguars, and then they played the Buffalo Bills within their first 4 games. Those are 4 teams that made the playoffs a season ago.
On the ice, the Canadiens, down 2-1, will seek to tie the NHL's Eastern Conference Final up at 2 games apiece when they host the Hurricanes in Game 4 tonight.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
That's right.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
Hey, Will.
Hey, bud.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Muser. And Mr. Toby Tom Play. All right. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there, make it a good one. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. And oh, by the way, it's a hump day. Yeah.
It's hump day.
SEC spring meetings going on.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
People taking shots at Lane Kiffin.
Hump day.
Taking shots at Will Wade.
It's hump day.
Man, nothing would be sweeter than watching LSU whip some ass next year.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Thumb your nose at everybody.
Hump day.
Pete Golding's out here taking shots at Lane Kiffin.
It's hump day.
You got arrested for DUI and Kiffin gave you a job, you bum.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
You ain't won nothing.
Hump day.
You took his team and beat Tulane in a playoff game.
It's hump day.
Georgia game's pretty good. That was a good effort.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Door.
Hump day.
Urban Meyer out here taking shots at LSU for hiring Ed Orgeron.
It's hump day.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Why don't you go hit on another co-ed at a bar, Herb?
Hump day.
Dork.
It's hump day.
Man, it'd be really good to watch LSU just dominate next year.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Hard to say much right now, though.
Hump day.
All LSU's done is spend a lot of money.
It's hump day.
Try to be good.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Hopefully the results are there.
Hump day.
Or that'll be pretty embarrassing.
It's hump day.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Jeff Duncan's here in 11 minutes from right now.
Hump day.
Let's hear a little more what Lane Kiffin had to say when he met with reporters at SEC spring meetings.
It's hump day.
Greg Sankey leg.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Do the Sankey leg.
Hump day.
Do the Sankey leg.
It's hump day.
Which reminds me, Jimmy Ott will be here in about 40 minutes.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Otter Locks are already posted.
Hump day.
LouisianaSports.net.
It's hump day.
All right, let's get going here. Hour 3. Glad to have you hanging out with us here. So Tuesday saw the first defection from the LSU baseball team, certainly with more to come. By now, you know Maverick Rizzi has declared publicly his intention to enter the transfer portal. The portal opens on June 1st. It's open for the full month of June. The draft is in July. The deadline for players who are drafted to sign their pro contracts is August the 1st. So that's sort of the timeline that's ahead for how we're going to see how the LSU baseball roster for next year starts to evolve. Well, Maverick Rizzi entering the transfer portal or declaring his intention to enter the transfer portal, probably not a gigantic surprise and the best decision for him based on his future, which we'll talk about in a second. But the quick bio on Rizzi. Remember, Rizzi is a bit of a unicorn. Right? He's 6'9", 250 pounds. He was a top 50 prospect coming out of high school in Massachusetts. He comes to LSU as a freshman on the national championship team, leads LSU with 24 relief appearances. Incredible. A 4.74 ERA, struck out more than a batter per inning pitched. He did walk 19, but Rizzi pitched in the Super Regional. He pitched in the regionals against Little Rock. I mean, he had some leverage spots. So you're looking at this dude who, because of his size, his sort of the rarity of a dude 6'9", that length, the release point being closer to the hitter, all of that stuff made him a really talented prospect. And coming into this season, expectations for Rizzi were so high. As a matter of fact, you don't have to, and this isn't like a media fabrication. It's not like I sat here and said, Rizzi's going to be awesome, and I was dead wrong. Like, this was Jay Johnson at the preseason press conference, right? As they were starting practice for the season. Coming out of fall ball, here is January, they're about to start practice. This was Jay on Maverick Rizzi.
He should be the most confident player on the roster with the physical ability that he has. I think him understanding, kind of like we were talking about with Derek, what the next steps were physically. I think he's done a terrific job in the weight room. Coach Martin has really emphasized how much better he is moving down the mound. I don't have any experience of being 6'8", but to really know what he's doing in the weight room and how that would translate to moving well down the mound with his delivery, I think he's got that together. So you're seeing efficiency, misses are small, command is really good, and the secondary stuff is better. I think, I don't think he's going to be a huge part of what we're doing this year.
Misses are small, command is really good. I don't think I know he's going to be a huge part of what we're going to do this year. You look at Rizzi year to year, his numbers, freshman to sophomore, are almost identical. You can laugh. It's fine. That's good.
I am laughing.
Identical.
That thing turbocharged.
Okay, let me lose track. So as a freshman, my cousin Vinny, if you don't know, as a freshman, his ERA was 4.74. This year, 4.22. His ERA improved by half a run per game. Hits, fewer hits this year, fewer earned runs this year. 29 strikeouts last year, 28 strikeouts this year. 19 walks last year, 19 walks this year. The numbers are almost identical. Except he uncorked 8 wild pitches and hit 7 batters. 493 pitches on the season, 271 for strikes. Fewer than half of the pitches Maverick Rizzi threw this year went for strikes. That's the problem. I'm sorry, just over half went for strikes. That's the problem. The misses were not small, and the command was not good. And as a result, Rizzi stopped being used in any type of leverage situation, which is why when you look at what LSU has coming back and coming in, it probably suits him best to leave. I would love to see Maverick Rizzi return. But realistically, Rizzi wants to be a starting pitcher. And the path to that happening at LSU next year almost doesn't exist. Your top 5 starters from this year are back. Now, that's the top 5 starters from a team that was the worst ERA in the SEC. So nothing is guaranteed. It's not to say if Rizzi comes back, he couldn't emerge, but he's got Kason Evans, Cooper Moore, William Schmidt, Marcos Paz, Reagan Ricken, all ahead of him. And you better believe LSU is going into the portal this year and getting elite, like the number one task this offseason for Jay Johnson. The number one target is go get elite portal starting pitching. Like you did with Holman, like you did with Jump, like you did with Ianson. Like, you don't have a choice. And those guys are there every year. Those guys are in the portal every year. Look, this year, Volchko from Georgia came from Stanford. LSU tried to sign him. He picked Georgia because they paid him more. Last year, Zach Root, who went from East Carolina to Arkansas, LSU wanted him. Arkansas paid him more. This is one of those years where that's not negotiable. You've got to open the checkbook and dump piles of cash on the best pitchers in the portal because you can't go into next year hoping these guys take a step. So all that to say, from Rizzi's perspective, you got 5 starters returning, and you know they're going in the portal to add 1 or 2 more guys. The path to being a starting pitcher isn't there, and that's what all these guys want. When you get to the next level, maybe you project as a reliever. But look at Alex Lane. Great starting pitcher in college, big league reliever. Sometimes that's the path. But all of these guys are going to try to be starters at this level first and then see how you project at the next level once you get there. That path doesn't seem like it's there for Rizzi in 2027, which is why it's probably the right decision for him to leave to go somewhere that he's going to get mound time and the opportunity to be a starter, which probably just isn't in the cards at LSU in 2027. So Rizzi's always, look, he will forever be part of the 2025 LSU Baseball National Championship team. He'll be back for reunions and all that stuff, and he should be, because he was a big part of what they did a year ago when he led the team with 24 relief appearances. But the path in baseball for what Rizzi wants to do is no longer best paved through Baton Rouge. So him leaving is probably the right decision. And LSU has got to go address that pitching staff and make it a whole heck of a lot better than it was this year. Because the surest fire way to make sure that you are no longer sitting at home next year during regionals is go sign arms that can throw strikes. Your offense ended up being plenty good enough this year. You just didn't have enough strike throwers. So go find them. There will be more. Portal officially opens on June the 1st. All right, brought to you by Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com. Man, all this bad weather, you know, June 1st, not only is the day the portal opens, June 1st is the day that hurricane season begins. And this isn't a scare tactic. It's just to say we need to be prepared when we live here. And thankfully, we've been spared an impactful storm since Ida, or at least a storm like that. Hopefully we never get another one. But we also know the reality of living here is hurricanes come, significant storms come, and you got to be prepared. That's where Arco comes in. We all talk about standby generators. Arco does Generac standby generators for your business. Industrial Generac generator power. Arco.com, arco.com. ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com. Go to the website for your commercial, industrial facility, whatever type of business you have, schools, municipalities, churches, anything. You need Generac industrial generator power, standby generators for your business, your commercial building. You need Arco. ARCCO. Arco.com, Arco.com, Arco.com. All right, y'all, been a great show, man. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Jimmy will be here in 30 minutes for Auto Locks. When we come back, excited to have a conversation with our buddy Jeff Duncan from DOLA.com, the Times Picayune. Of course, is a published author, and we always enjoy chatting with Jeff. And he's working on a new project about LSU, a new book about LSU athletics. So we'll knock that around with Jeff and the Saints start OTA. So we'll get into that as we continue. Stick around with us here. It's AFR.
After further review.
If you are thinking about selling your home, and y'all know we are in that time of year, right? School is out. This is the time when a lot of people decide if maybe you're being transferred for your job, maybe you're an empty nester. It's time to put the home up for sale, find that new space. You're going to downsize. Maybe you're moving out of town. Maybe you're just coming back and moving into Baton Rouge. You need Darren James. Remember, 73% of people that list their home for sale by owner end up hiring a realtor. Save yourself time, headaches, frustration, money. Get your home sold faster for more money with Darren James. Agent225.com. Agent225.com. Go to the website. Start right there. Most user-friendly website in real estate. Every home listed by every company, all in one place. And connect with Darren James, who's on the Wall Street Journal's list top 1% of realtors in America. If you need to sell your home, man, call the guy who's going to give you an unbelievable experience and sell your home fast. Darren James.
Think real estate. Think Darren James.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinela.com and tell them Matt sent you.
Investing in a new roof doesn't have to be overwhelming. At Pelican Roofing, we offer 0 interest for 21 months because everyone deserves a safe, secure home. Trusted, local, affordable. Pelican Roofing, making quality roofing affordable for South Louisiana families.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
As a business owner, you're always focused on how you can improve the bottom line. Well, when was the last time you shopped your insurance coverage? Insurance Network of Louisiana can help. If you're a business owner, let my friends at Insurance Network of Louisiana see if they can find you better coverage for less money. They always offer exceptional customer service and partner with only the best providers. So check them out online today at lainsurance.net.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit louisianapropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
Ever wonder why cane sauce doesn't come in a pre-sealed packet? It's because it's made fresh inside.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
I'm glad you're rolling along with us here in hour number 3 of a Hump Day edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Jimmy Ott will be here in about 30 minutes. We'll do Otter Locks. You can always get those live at Louisiana, live and free at louisianasports.net. Jeff Duncan's written a bunch of stuff. A lot of it about the Saints. Great book about Steve Gleason as well. And saw on Twitter earlier today that Jeff's announced his next project, and it's called Tigerland. It's going to be a book about basically the insanity of LSU athletics is kind of what it sounds like. Jeff, did I nail it? Is maybe a subtitle just LSU athletics is insane?
Yeah, Matt, I don't know if I would go that far. I think it's really more college athletics as a whole are in this transformative, dynamic time period, and LSU is kind of the epicenter of it all, and certainly one of the most compelling stories in this evolving college sports landscape, and certainly worth telling that story.
Well, walk us through how this happens, Jeff. Did you get pitched this idea by a publisher, or was it your idea that you went and pitched to a publisher?
A little of both. I have a relationship in the publishing world, and they knew I was interested. It was actually came as a result of me pursuing a book project on Jack Marucci, the sports science program at LSU, all the innovation that we've seen there, and this was a byproduct of that. And I was really interested in doing that story, and this thing kind of trumped it, if you will, everything that's gone on in the last 6 months.
Okay. What's the core focus of the work?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I haven't written the book yet, right? I mean, I'm going to see where the story goes. I just want to see how this develops. I think it's going to be a larger picture. It's going to be on college athletics seen through the prism of LSU, if that makes sense. It's no different than, I'd say, looking at Friday Night Lights, and they focused on Odessa Permian High School as a larger story of high school athletics. That's what I'll be doing with LSU, and I'll see where the story goes. I actually think there's a lot of reason to believe what LSU is doing right now is just at the forefront of all of college sports, and they're just ahead of everyone. So a lot of the criticism that they might be taking nationally for, oh, this is crazy, it looks insane, I think actually we're going to find out they're not insane at all. They're actually very smart and just ahead of the game. And lots of times when you're ahead of the game, there's a lot of criticism that comes with it.
With ahead of the game with respect to what specifically, Jeff? Like, what piques your interest the most?
Understanding that it's a changing dynamic. I mean, we've talked to Burge Osbury, right? Burge is very clear that the old structure of managing an athletic department isn't the way into the future. It needs to be changed, and you need to be ahead of that. And, we're talking about the last 3 years, intercollegiate athletics has undergone structural shift unlike anything in its modern history. Not only do we have name, image, and likeness compensation, we have rev sharing, media rights contracts in the billions of dollars. I mean, this is big business. It's no longer the day and age when, and these were men I covered at LSU. Skip Bertman and Joe Dean were the athletic directors back in those days, right, Matt? Mm-hmm. Great men, great coaches. Those days are gone. You have to be more of a CEO, a business leader, because that's what it's become. And we've heard Burge Osbury talk about that the days of sitting in your office and managing the sports teams are over for that role. You have to be able to raise revenue and basically be a CEO. And I think that's a big core of what this book will be about, the changing dynamics of college athletics.
Jeff Duncan's our guest at Jeff Duncan _ if you want to get him there. Can you walk us through what that process is going to be like over, in the tweet you mentioned, if you're in Baton Rouge for the next 12 months, this would be why. What's that process like, Jeff, of organizing and putting a project like this together?
Well, I'm in the process of it right now, Matt. I've already spoken to officials at LSU. Very early, they're being receptive and cooperative, but I don't know what type of access they're going to grant me. I'll be covering the team for the Times-Picayune as well, so I'll be at all the games. I'm just going to see where the story goes. I don't have any preconceived notion of what we're getting into here. I just think with the characters involved, and I think we all know Lane Kiffin is a very compelling and in some cases polarizing character. I think you could say the same about Will Wade. I think you could say the same about the governor of Louisiana, Jeff Landry. They're fascinating characters. And with that dynamic and the high stakes that are involved with LSU athletics right now, the gamble, if you will, and I think this is certainly a 9-figure gamble, over $200 million in buyouts and salary and roster commitments. It's a big bet that everyone's making. And I think it's going to be fascinating to see if it pays off. One way or the other, I think it's a compelling story. And right now, I think there's no doubt in my mind that everyone in LSU believes it's going to be very successful. And I have no reason to believe it won't be.
Jeff, will you continue covering the Saints too?
Oh, yeah. We'll be doing both jobs. And I don't think there's going to be much overlap. But I will be at almost every home game for LSU, certainly some of the big road games. And I think it's going to be a compelling story. I don't see how it can't be. We've already seen it, right, Matt? This whole offseason, just how much attention is on LSU. And it's always been on LSU. The bright lights have always been on Baton Rouge, but nothing quite to this degree.
At Jeff Duncan _ is where you can get him. I noticed that Times Pick and the Advocate there announced John Blah as the new beat writer. So I presume he's replacing Wilson Alexander's role?
Yes. Comes to us from South Carolina where he covered Clemson. I believe he covered IU before that. He's a Penn State grad, so he knows what big-time football is about, covered it at a high level, and he'll be starting in a couple of weeks. They're very excited about him. He's got great recommendations from a lot of my colleagues like Pete Thamel and Pat Forty in the business. So I'm very excited about him coming on board. And look, we all miss Wilson, but the good thing is Wilson is going to be around here for a while because I think he understands this season with LSU is going to be one that you can't miss.
Yeah, man. So Wilson obviously is for those who don't know, still living in Baton Rouge. He's moved on to take a national college football writing job at On3, but he's still based out of Baton Rouge. That could change somewhere down the line, but for now, he's still here, and you're right. I mean, it feels like certainly for the first month of the season, LSU is going to be the epicenter of college football. Jeff Duncan is with us. You can get him at Jeff Duncan _ new project coming live. It's going to be fascinating to see how it follows. You got any thoughts on the Saints starting OTAs this week? Any headlines or storylines worth watching this week?
Well, yeah, I'll be out there tomorrow. Obviously, we get access to him tomorrow, and I don't expect to see Alvin Kamara on the field. That's not unusual. He hasn't been at OTAs for the past few years. But certainly that storyline is going to be compelling and something we have to follow. I'm not sure where it's going, Matt. I don't have a feel. I've had people tell me that he's not going to be released. He's going to be a part of the team. There won't be a pay cut. And I've had people tell me that they don't think he'll be a part of it. It's really bizarre. This has been one I haven't been able to get my finger on the pulse of. So it'll be interesting to see these next few weeks play out.
He is Jeff Duncan, NOLA.com, Times Picayune, and going to be working on an LSU project throughout this coming football season. I guess the next 12 months or so. We'll keep tabs on all of it. Hey, Jeff, we appreciate the time as always, man. Thank you.
Anytime, Matt. I'll be seeing you around a lot more, buddy.
I'll look forward to it. Thanks, Jeff. All right, that is Jeff Duncan of NOLA.com, Times Picayune. We are brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Hey, look, there's always great deals going on over at Rouse's, which is always worth remembering. You can go to the website, Rouse's.com, or their Facebook page. They always have the weekly ad. You go to the website, Rouse's.com, you'll see the tab right there at the very top of the homepage. It says weekly ad. So maybe you're doing your grocery shopping, and look, man, especially with gas prices going up, a lot of people buying on a budget. You want to make sure that you save. Buy Rouse's branded products. They do an amazing job at Rouse's of sourcing locally when they can, using local Louisiana products for their Rouse's branded products. And, of course, you're going to save. So if you're putting together your grocery list, remember, get by Rouse's. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. You can always check them out on their Facebook page as well when they have great specials coming up or whatever they might be promoting. Make sure you're following Rouse's on social media. It's Rouse's, the official supermarket of the Saints. Rouse's, this feels like home. Good stuff there from Jeff Duncan. Interesting conversation. You know, I'll be fascinated to see where that story goes because, I mean, he is right that I guess it's so interesting because every time I talk to a colleague in the industry about what's going on, it's just like, man, well, it's never boring over there. Man, you'll always have something to talk about. And I think part of it is just that for us, much of what happens just feels very normal, doesn't it? I mean, stealing Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss, rehiring Will Wade, the governor making a comment and firing the AD, like taking the AD from an in-state school and making him an associate AD in charge of basketball, and then it's just none of it's surprising. Like hiring Ed Orgeron or Les Miles eating grass or whatever, you know? I guess we are just very comfortable here being different. And that's weird for a lot of people. But it's not here. But it is very compelling. I mean, it's just an undeniable thing what's happened at LSU in the last 6 months, even by LSU standards. I mean, bringing Kim Mulkey from Baylor. In the Angel Reese Caitlin Clark thing in the championship. It's a never-ending storyboard with LSU. And it's fascinating. See what Jeff's project turns up. Okay, y'all. It is after further review. Let's knock out a quick break. Jimmy will be here in 15 minutes for Otterlocks. When we come back, I do want to revisit some more of what Lane said and some of the pot shots that some around the league are taking at LSU and Kiffin. We'll get to that as we continue. Stay here. It's AFR.
After further review.
YourGoodwood.com. YourGoodwood.com for Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Tell you about them every single day. They're the title sponsor of our Hump Day shows all throughout the year. A couple things. Man, I was at lunch today with a client and a good friend, honestly, and he asked me point blank if I take peptides. And I've mentioned it here on air before that I do, and I said, absolutely. I take BPC 157, which is great for tissue repair, recovery. If you have an injury, maybe you had surgery, I use it because I have chronic lower back pain. It has been transformative for me. It's worked exceptionally well. And I tell people all the time, try a cycle of it. If you don't like it or it doesn't work, then don't take it anymore. And maybe it works for you. And it's something you could work into your daily regimen. I take NAD Plus for cellular optimization, making my cells literally more youthful. There's so many amazing things. Sermorelin, which is a growth hormone peptide I take at night to help with sleep and recovery and help your body rejuvenate, mental clarity while you sleep. Learn more. YourGoodwood.com.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.
Hello, I'm Collins Meredith. If you've been injured on the job, you'll likely have a workers' compensation claim, but you may also have a tort claim, which opens up significant recovery rights not normally available for a work injury. If this is you, call us or come see us at Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinela.com and tell them Matt sent you.
Ever wonder why cane sauce doesn't come in a pre-sealed packet? It's because it's made fresh inside every Raising Cane's every single day. Because when you make it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here. We eat out here. We watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his...
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Yeah, I think that's really unique to it. Having him on our staff, 2 different places, to have him, having sat in that seat at the same place is tremendous value. And just to bounce things off of somebody that's been there through the ups and downs of it.
People often misuse the word unique. Unique means, in a literal sense, only one. Rare means seldom. Unique means one. Lane Kiffin said this is a unique situation. I think he's kind of right. I can't remember a time where a head coach was fired and then rehired by the same school that fired him to be an assistant. Like, we've seen Greg Schiano leave Rutgers for the NFL and then go back to Rutgers. We've seen Bobby Petrino leave Louisville for the NFL and then go back to Louisville. Like, we've seen some of those, right? I don't know that we've seen this. If someone's got one, let me know. But it's full tilt for LSU, and I've talked about it plenty. I think, listen, there's having people in the right role in any organization is so important. And Ed Orgeron coaching defensive line and recruiting is a no-brainer. Ed Orgeron, since he's been fired at LSU, despite winning a national championship, never got another head coaching job, we always say actions speak louder than words. That tells you the answer to the test, right? Like, it's not a guy that you had places looking for to hire him as their head football coach. But in this role, I mean, how could you not be on board with Ed Orgeron in this role, given the things that he is exceptional at and has been exceptional at for decades in his college coaching career? Urban Meyer on the Triple Option podcast reacted to Coach O being rehired at LSU. And I don't know what to make of this, because on one hand, it feels like a compliment. On the other hand, it feels like, well, it's a backhanded compliment. Give a listen.
I've known Coach O forever. And I use the term often, certified nut job is what he is. I mean, rips his shirt off. But I'll tell you what, he was arguably the best defensive line coach in the game. And then he was one of the great recruiters for many, many years. I recruited against him, coached against him. So this is a no-brainer.
This is my problem with so many people when they talk about Ed Orgeron. And, like, that comment, Muse, can you cue that up again and just go after the certified nut job part? So where he says certified, just cue it up right after certified nut job and then play the clip from Urban Meyer. I'm going to make a point here. Like, you have it? Okay, this is Herb without the certified nut job part.
Rips his shirt off, but I'll tell you what, he was arguably the best defensive line coach.
Take off the rip the shirt. My bad. Take out the rip the shirt off. Okay, just like start it right after that part.
He was arguably the best defensive line coach in the game. And then he was one of the great recruiters for many, many years. I recruited against him, coached against him. So this is a no-brainer.
See how different that plays without he's a certified nut job who rips his shirt off? Like, what if people talking about Pete Golding mentioned the fact that he was an alcoholic who got arrested for DUI? Or same thing with Steve Sarkisian, who went to rehab for being an alcoholic. Like, why don't we hear people talk about Sark in that respect? Or Pete Golding in that respect? You just talk about their football acumen. It's the complicated part about Ed Orgeron. And I know it's always weird for people when I talk about Coach O, because I was not in favor of Ed Orgeron being the head coach at LSU. Okay? We don't need to relitigate and dig up the whole story again. But, like, thought LSU could have done better, right? Everybody knows that. Everybody knows how I felt about that. But it was never a thing like making fun of his voice or where he's from or the certified nut job ripping his shirt off thing. It was never that. I don't know why it's okay. I've really struggled with this for a lot of years, man. Ever since I remember Ed Orgeron's first game as LSU's head coach, as the full-time head coach, the BYU game that was supposed to be in Houston, got moved to New Orleans. And that crew, it was like Brock Heward and Allison Williams on the sideline. If you remember during that broadcast, they all like mocked him mocked his voice. They were all like doing the Ed Orgeron voice. And Heward made a face and made him look like a caveman. You're doing the voice. I'm like, you wouldn't do that to literally anybody else. You wouldn't do it to a black coach. You wouldn't do it to Kalani Sitake, who's of Samoan descent. Like, you wouldn't do it to anybody else. Why is it okay to do it to him? Like the Urban Meyer comp. Do you see what I mean? Like, sometimes I think people do it without even realizing how ridiculous it is that you wouldn't make that type of comment about anybody else. And that's when it moves beyond just the ability to coach, because you heard him be very complimentary, his ability to coach and recruit. So why the preface about him being a certified nut job who rips off his shirt? It's just not a thing that needs to be there. But always is with Ed Orgeron, which is complicated. But love the hire in the role, right? In the role that he'll be in. Speaking of Pete Golding, he was asked during spring meetings to react to the Lane Kiffin comments. We'll do that in just a quick second. Let me remind you about Relief Windows, reliefwindows.com. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades. It's Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. Simply the best. You know, you can go call around and get quotes if you're trying to replace windows. I just need you to understand, if you do that and you're calling to say, okay, who's going to give me the cheapest price? That's never going to be Relief Windows. Okay, so if you're just calling to get quotes, see who's going to be the cheapest, that's not ever going to be Relief Windows. It can't be. They sell a premium product. They have the best technicians. They have measure techs, install techs. To make sure it's done right, they actually have a full service department. It's not like the person that sells you the window is also the one that's going to come service your account. Like, they have a full-on service department. It's why you're going to have an exceptional customer service experience. And all their work comes with a lifetime warranty on labor, material, and glass breakage. You're going to have the best experience and the best windows and the best measure techs, and they're going to get it right the first time. And if anything does go wrong, they're going to fix it. And that's just what it is. You want the cheapest? That's not going to be Relief Windows. But remember what your mama told you. You get what you pay for. It's Relief Windows, reliefwindows.com. Little Sneaky Pete had a few things to say as well. Talk about Lane Kiffin's Vanity Fair comments. Here you go.
Really don't have a response to it. I mean, obviously there's a Lane side for us that we're buddies and are friends, and then there's a professional side that I have to get on his ass about a little bit sometimes. But I think, every time he gets in front of a camera, they're bringing up Ole Miss and all that. I think, the breakup wasn't perfect. I don't think any of them ever will be. But, for some of the last comments that he made, I think anybody that's been to Oxford, knows that's not where we're at right now. I've lived all over the Southeast. We all got our own issues, but I think the biggest thing is make sure people come to Oxford and see it for themselves.
The other part, I think I have no problem with that, by the way, with what Pete Golding said. And as I said when the Vanity Fair article published, I agree with it. I think Oxford's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful town. It's a gorgeous town. There's good people there. It's clean, it's safe, it's a great place to go to school or raise a family and all that sort of stuff. It's a small town of 20,000 people, which isn't for everybody. I think that's one of the things that maybe one of the reasons Kiffin started looking around a little bit. Not exclusively, but one of the reasons. But this is the other part too, where Golden was asked, did Lane Kiffin reach out to him after those Vanity Fair comments?
Lane hits me up every day. So I get 12 text messages a day from Lane. It's just, what do I decide to look at as well, So I was not looking at that one, but no, we're good.
I don't know what's more perplexing, the fact that Lane Kiffin texts Pete Golding 12 times a day, or Pete Golding said in that comment that Lane texts him 12 times a day. And as a result of hearing that, Lane probably texted him. Dude can't help himself. It's actually really impressive that Lane has stayed off of Twitter as long as he has. I don't know how he's resisted. Somebody take his phone. I don't know. All right, it's time for further review. We're glad you're with us. We're brought to you by Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com. Speaking of the best, they just posted this 5-star Google review. And, when you've been around for as long as Shaw Bills has, treating people right like they do, you'll see things like this. How about this one? 5-star Google review from M. Taylor. Would highly recommend this business. I was traveling on the interstate. It's not even from here. I was traveling on the interstate, had a blowout. Pulled in late in the day, just before closing time. I was greeted promptly with a helpful can-do attitude. My tire was fixed quickly. I was back on the road in no time. Rarely do you receive such helpful, friendly service like I did that day at Shaw Bills. It's not rare when you go to Shaw Bills, because that's what they've done since 1968. When Mr. Charlie opened the business, they were going to sell name brand tires at wholesale prices and treat you like family, so you keep coming back. Oh, do you think, M. Taylor, next time this person has an issue with their vehicle, where are they going to go? To the friendly, helpful people that provide great customer service. It's Shaw Bills. ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills. We keep you rolling. It's been a really good show, y'all. Glad you're hanging out here. We did talk about some of Lane Kiffin's comments at SEC spring meetings. Chris Stanfield, Cooper Moore, Gavin Guidry, Derek Curiel were all in studio today. You just heard Jeff Duncan a bit ago. Maverick Grizzlies in the portal. Got a ton. If you missed anything AFR On Demand presented by Brett Goff, get it on YouTube or on your favorite podcast app. Just search After Further Review, and you get it all right there. All right, final break of the show. We'll come back. Jimmy will be here for Otter Locks. Stick around.
AFR.
Yeah, hump day is here. Staring down the weekend. Great opportunity to get by Clegg's Nursery. Any of the 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area, you know where they are. Siegen Air Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you every day to buy local and shop local. Y'all, bypass the big box stores. Bypass the big box stores and support a local retailer that's been in our community for more than 60 years. And my goodness, they've got beautiful flowers, blooms coming out of the yin-yang. They're bursting. Those greenhouses are bursting with blooms. It's an awesome time to get by Clegg's and to just plant something. No matter, look at this. These blueberry bushes right now, $19.99 for a 3-gallon. You can go to Facebook and check out the ad that they have right now for all their great discounts. They got Johnny Naylor seeds. It's Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local. Tell them Matt sent you. The Clegg's Nursery.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. Trusted by champions, built for Louisiana.
Do business with someone you know. Parrish Construction and Roofing.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. ParrishBuilt.com.
Love telling you about River Parish Contractors. rpcontractors.com is the website if you're looking for work, or you may not even know you're looking for work. River Parish Contractors, you need to make this call. Call Big Jake over at River Parish Contractors because they got tons of work lined up. So you want overtime? They got as much overtime as you want. So you never have to. A lot of places want to hire, give you a good rate, but they don't want you to work overtime. Not a River Parish Contractors. They got as much overtime as you want to work. You want to work night shifts when it's cooler? You can do that. You want to work day shifts? Got it. Look, there's no rainouts. They have amazing benefits. They've got PTO. If you're a welder, pipe fitter, pipe cutter, you got to get in touch with my friends over at River Parish Contractors. Call Big Jake or go to rpcontractors.com, rpcontractors.com. Right there in Reserve, River Parish Contractors, rpcontractors.com.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on a Hump Day edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. One thing left to do. Let's find out what we're betting on tonight. It's time for Otterlocks.
Otterlocks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Yo, 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 Otter!
What's going on, Matthew? How are you?
Doing awesome, man. Back from Arizona.
There you go.
Got to go watch the Diamondbacks beat the Rockies on Saturday.
Okay.
Got a good number. Got a good number on the Diamondbacks. Talented team that nobody really knows. It's kind of crazy, but
swept San Francisco again. 2 straight sweeps. So this afternoon. So yeah, they are talented. Ketel Marte is crushing it right now.
Man,
I mean, he is.
Marte homered in the game we were there. Like one of the best young players. Like nobody knows who he is. It's great. But yeah,
Corbin Carroll, fun to watch.
Carroll and Marte are. I mean, it just if you're not an MLB fan, you probably don't even know those two names because they just play in obscurity for the Diamondbacks. But yes. Nolan Arenado's still hanging around as well, but yeah, man, it's odd to see a team that's really good without really any household names. Anyway, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Ballpark is very bland, actually very similar to Houston, like almost identical. If you had blindfolded me, dropped me in the concourse, taken the blindfold off, said where are you, I'd have been like, oh, it's Houston. No, it's almost the same park.
In the middle of the summer, those retractable roofs are nice to have.
Hey, no, I'm gonna tell you, Otter, the roof was open Saturday.
No, I'm saying in the middle of the summer.
Oh yeah. Oh no, God,
120 degrees.
Yes, that's where it's an absolute must. Yeah, no doubt. All right, what are we looking at tonight?
All right, Randy McKay on the ice tonight, giving us Montreal home dog tonight, plus about 125 in that one. They're down 2-1, trying to even it up tonight. Pittsburgh, we're going against the Cubs. The Cubs have 2 different 10-game winning streaks. They now have a 10-game losing streak. They have not won since the owner of the Billy Goat Tavern has passed away. So they have Cheeseburger, the old John Belushi skit on Saturday Night Live, home of the Billy Goat. The Yankees are on fire, and Garrett Cole was really, really good last time out. Expected him to build on it. We laid the 1.5 last night. That was an easy one. We're going to lay the 1.5 again against the Royals, who they've beaten now their last 13 meetings in a row. Minus 102. We're reducing that juice. Dodgers, Baltimore, money line parlay.
Too late.
Dodgers with Shohei Ohtani. Baltimore has already hit a 2-run homer. Remember, we were riding the Rays for a long time, but you saw the Judge 2-run shot to walk it off on Sunday. That's not their winning streak. They've dropped the first 2 now. They lost 3 in a row, in danger of getting swept tonight at Camden Yards. We're switching to the Orioles, who have gotten a little fire right now and already lead 2-0.
It's 2-0, bases loaded with nobody out. That's you're not getting, if you missed it, you're not getting it. And it's interesting. So the Cubs Pirates, by the way, the Cubs in the top of the first have the bases loaded with nobody out. So that money line playing the Pirates now is plus $1.50. And I'm gonna hang on here because 1 out now with bases loaded, so it's down to plus $1.12. So see what the number looks like here in a minute, but still an opportunity there, maybe to get an even better price.
Yeah, that scares me.
1 minute remaining.
That's basically the biggest angle on the handicap, and that is going against the Cubs, the struggling bats. So if they are having a little success early on, that'd be a little concern. So I wouldn't jump on it if they're late. So,
all right,
because they're 3-0 Orioles. First 6 have reached in Camden Yards. So.
That's minus 1140. I don't think we're gonna parlay that one tonight. All right, Otter, where are you tomorrow?
All right, we're at Bally's, at the Bally's New Casino at the DraftKings Sportsbook downtown.
Awesome. All right, man. Good luck. Thank you.
All right, good luck.
We'll see you. That's Jimmy Yacht. After further review, you missed anything, AFR On Demand presented by Breck Golf. Book your tee time at golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org. Keeping an eye on the Pirates, Cubs. See if it gets any better. All right, Muse Paulie, thanks. All have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
Brought to you by First South Farm Credit. I got a big announcement for you. New URL. Same website, but it's firstsouthfarmcredit.com. Easy enough, right? Tell you all the time about First South Farm Credit. So log on to firstsouthfarmcredit.com. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call, say it all the time, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. firstsouthfarmcredit.com, firstsouthfarmcredit.com. It's the most important thing to know. And look, I know a lot of people that buy land. I've learned this, talking to Ben and Tim, my friends over at First South Farm Credit over the years. Most people that buy land already own land. So if that's you, maybe you're looking to take some of your equity, roll it into a new property, or maybe you're a first-time land buyer, recreational property. Maybe you're looking to buy the 50 acres to build your family's dream home. firstsouthfarmcredit.com, firstsouthfarmcredit.com. Your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. firstsouthfarmcredit.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the new 25 Jeep Grand Cherokee with $15,000 off MSRP.
Plus the 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou vehicles.
If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana Propane. And when you need hot water, Propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.